up at the Chatty house. We talk about it all, bring the family out. Sub to the channel, hit the likes now. And we only going up when the lights down. Yeah, we just getting started. Ain't no party like a Chatty house party. We just getting started. Ain't no party like a Chatty house party.
That is the worst. I'll get that timing down at some point. What's up, y'all? It's the Chatty House after party. Everybody's in full effect. What have we got? How much time is left in this first half?
A couple minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's like 2-3 minutes. Couple minutes. You can leave now, old man. You ain't got much time to live anyway, so go ahead and leave, bro.
Damn.
So it looks like we're almost at the halfway mark of the game, halftime. As usual, playing like ass in the first half, making everybody look like all-stars. The only person probably happy on this panel right now is Drew Down.
Hey, I'm not a hater. I'm an appreciator, bro. No.
How you feeling about we might as well talk about them because I'm impressed. They beat the Celtics. He was gone for how many games? Like 2 or 3?
3 games or 3-0. But as far as beating the Celtics, I'm going to quote the great Nate Diaz from the 209. I'm not surprised. Come on, man.
Look at this guy.
Come on, man.
There's nothing great and Nate Diaz going together in quoting or any of that.
Oh, that's a little disrespectful, bro.
Wow.
You're not Aaron. Remember that. You're not Aaron.
Well, I'm not near Nate either, so I could talk.
We saw you look around just to make sure.
Bro, you never know. You never know.
Yeah, it was a great win, man. It was ugly early. They got out to a nice little halftime lead. Celtics made their run. I think they were up, 95-87 or 7 or 8 points in the fourth quarter. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was curtains, but they fought back, and then they made a huge acquisition in the offseason. A guy by the name of Buddy Hield hit a huge three-pointer, super clutch, incredibly clutch three-pointer. And about 45 seconds left to put the lead from 4 up to 7 and just pretty much sealed the game. So, man, I'm just so glad that my team has a player like Buddy Hield, the way he shoots the ball, and he just seems like a great guy. And I just feel like any team would love to have that kind of player on their team. So Mike Dunleavy Jr., you're cooking this offseason, baby. So shout out Buddy Hield, man.
Shout out Drew Vano in his bag.
This is.
All right.
We might clip that so end of the season we can see if he has the same feelings for Buddy.
I think.
Look, you've been saying that for 2 weeks now. You know.
I mean, there's more than 2 weeks in the season.
I bet he gonna play good. I hope he don't play good. Smokey, yeah. Over here Friday after next over here. I bet he don't play good. I hope he don't play good.
I mean, but you have to understand where those emotions come from, though. Like, it's ingrained. I mean, I obviously it's more about the hardcore fans, but honestly, when they signed him, I did think I was like, if there's one place that he should work out in, it is Golden State. And if he can't work out there, I don't think there's a team left for him to go to at that point. Like, I think if like he goes, Ron Artest or whatever the case may be, that's it. Like, that, what other team is he going to go where he's going to, like, that's the team he would fit on if any team. And right now he fits in.
And he ain't going to shoot 50% from 3 for the entire year, right? Nobody does that.
No.
But, I mean,
I'm not even talking about that. Like, just him, like you said earlier when we were, in the chat, like, the turnovers are down. He's not shooting them in the foot necessarily. Like, it's those things. I don't think it's like
Megan Stallion.
Yeah, like he's making the right play. Like he is. Like, I can't take that away from him right now. He looks like the steal. He looks like a steal. Like he does.
He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to handle the ball. I mean, he doesn't have to dribble. Steph does that. I mean, all he has to do really catch and shoot, drive every now and then. I mean, you're right, Manny. I totally agree. I mean, if he was going to work out in one place, it was going to be Golden State.
It's a great pickup, man. Like, and plus they didn't have. I mean, really, in the grand scheme of things, they didn't have anything to lose. Like, he wasn't expensive. It wasn't like they were putting all their marbles on him. Like, literally, if let's say he did a Draymond and punched somebody, it's like, all right, man, you cut him. You cut your losses. It was good chance. Okay. And that's most of their players. Like, there's nobody they went out and, like, they're really tied into as far as money wise. Like they're all great pickups that hopefully they fit in for them, right? Who else? Melton.
Anderson, Melton.
Yeah, like
yeah,
bro, like I can't even knock that.
Melton's been hurt. I like his potential, but yeah, he's been hurt. He hasn't been able to contribute much. But they basically acquired Buddy Hield, Melton, and Kyle Anderson in place of Clay. So three guys who are veterans who know their role. So far it's working out.
I mean, I take Kyle in a heartbeat. I'll take slow-mo in a heartbeat, to be honest. I used to think, like, I remember when he first got in, I'm like, this dude is whack. And then he reminded me of like all those old school cats you would see at like the gym playing ball that everyone got frustrated because they were like,
slow motion.
And then they drop like 20 on you, and you'd be like, how the hell does this dude drop 20, man?
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, that's
Drew, you're the resident Warrior fan here. Like, do you think this gives them some flexibility though? So since they have Buddy and Kyle Anderson and that's been working out so far, could you see them like moving Moody for a significant piece or something like that, or do you think that gives them a little bit of leeway to try to acquire somebody now?
I personally, and during the season, I don't really see anything, especially since like Moody, Kuminga, those guys don't make a lot of money this year. Moody signed an extension, but that doesn't kick in until next year. And I think they got him for like 3 years for $39 million. I think that's pretty solid for a guy who's averaging over 10 points, a solid role player. So I think something's possible. I was even thinking maybe Melton. Melton's on a 1-year deal, I think $12.5 million. So I was thinking if they want to acquire another big man or something like that. Or I think there's definitely moves to be made with the type of contracts they have. They have GP2. Looney, Melton. I don't want to trade necessarily those guys, but they definitely do have some tradable contracts that they could move. But I don't know, man. I like the way this thing's going. I don't want to rock the boat right now. But if there's I think it'll have to be like a perfect situation, right? Not make a trade just to make a trade. It would have to be like something that fit the team and doesn't even incur, a guy that they
Giannis.
really, yeah. Well, that's. Giannis for Kuminga straight up probably next year, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. But yeah, it would have to be a guy that fits. Kerr's very particular about his system. He likes high IQ players, so it has to be maybe a player that they really like. So I don't see it during the year. I think maybe the offseason is probably more likely if they do make a move. But right now, I don't. Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Fair enough.
no, man. Right now, it looks like genius moves, man. Like obviously, there's a long way to go, but like everybody healthy. Like I know we joke around all the time, and obviously there's Warriors, Kings, venom. But at the end of the day, like basketball wise, like if everything's worked out and everything's as according to plan.
It's the defense too. That's what. And I don't know that they added Jerry Stackhouse and Terry Stotts, and Jerry Stackhouse right now is supposedly like their defensive kind of coach, and he supposedly gives grades out every game. So I don't know if Jerry Stackhouse is really making that big of an impact, or maybe it's just because they got rid of Chris Paul, Klay Thompson, and Dario Saric, his slow asses, and put some more athletic guys on the court. But their defense it's been keeping them in every game, and that's the way they won the titles. There's the offense of Curry and Klay, but if you look at the ratings, they were always in the top 5 or so in defense. So that's really what's to me is what is the most sustainable thing. If they can play defense, keep themselves in the game, and you got guys like Curry who can just, come in and make shots and close the game. So, the defense to me is what's most intriguing and surprising.
Yeah, no, what are they? What's the record? 7-1, 8-1?
7-1, yeah.
Man, who's going to knock that? Anybody would take that right now. So that's enough, man. I'm feeling icky.
All right. Well, thank you. Appreciate you letting me cook. Thank you.
All right.
Dinner's ready.
Halftime, 57-54. Kings are up. Let's get some thoughts on the first half, guys. What do you guys think?
Sabonis needs to score more. He only has 6 points. I need him to get like 10 more by the end of the game at least.
Tasha, what's going on? What are you seeing out there?
They just need to keep it up. I didn't catch the whole first half, so fill me in.
Garbage.
I think Fox has to get going. I mean, it looked like Davion was guarding him pretty good, man. He was putting that pressure, and Fox was giving up the ball. He's gonna have to. I think he's gonna need a third quarter like last game, because Toronto, like I said, they have no fear of the Kings right now. And
From
I mean, they're shooting the ball well, and this game could get away from them. So hopefully Fox and DeRozan get going in the third quarter. Keegan started off great, but I also agree with Kyren. We need a little bit more from Domas.
I'm so sick of these first half, like almost like they're waking up and they don't wake up till halftime, especially against this type of team. Like, bro, how many years are we going to do this against inferior teams? Like, I get it. Everybody's an NBA player, but if you want to be one of those dogs, if you want to be one of those teams, you got to stuff it down the throat early. So they like, dude, come on, man. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, they don't have Scotty Barnes. Like, how many players have they missed? Dick is driving it all through the first half. He's just drilling. Come on, man. Like, stop.
Can we all just get our Dick jokes out right now and just get it out the way?
No, he really is. Dick has been driving it, and he's been driving it good, and that's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous.
Can I throw out a stat real quick?
Sure.
Looks like the bench scoring. Looks like it's 21-8 in favor of the Raptors. So, are you guys concerned about the bench scoring at all? It seems like the bench is pretty thin. I know, obviously Malik Monk's there, but the bench scoring has been pretty thin for this team. What do you guys think about that?
But even that 21 from the Raptors, most of that's just Boucher. He's got like 13, 14 points. So you slow him down, and that takes care of that pretty easily.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm worried about it. Like for right now, I mean, everybody knows I've talked up Trey in the Chatty house, man, but Trey has not been playing good. I mean, it seems like every time he's gone into the game, he's chucked up a three and just bricked badly.
I know the last game he was finding his rhythm, but not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zabo, Manny left. He said he's tired of us already.
He got the brown truck. He drove off.
What happened?
I'm wondering where you went.
Nothing.
I told you I'll be right back. You don't need me to talk. You're capable of talking. This isn't fifth grade.
It's not.
Go ahead.
Is there anybody on the Kings that you guys feel like is maybe not producing where they should outside of Dumas? Like Fox has only got 9 points right now. He's got 1 rebound, no assist. I just feel like he's off, and he's been off the last couple of games. Just a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Number 9.
Well, he's always off.
Number 9. Tasha doesn't like number 9.
She's not a fan.
Have you ever liked Herter though?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you have against Gingers?
No, I lost like
They're evil, duh.
because of him. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know if Fox's hand is bothering him as much as we think it is, or what it is. But I mean, it seems like he is. He's turning the ball over. Even late in games. I mean, it's early in the season, but it seems like every time he drives down the middle, man, and he gets going, he loses the ball. And it doesn't happen all the time, but it stands out. I don't know. Maybe that hand is bothering him because it seems like he's fumbling.
Even his shot seems like even his shot, like you're mentioning, when he drives the lane, usually he'll pull up for that shot and he'll just go right in. It just seems like it's coming up just a little bit short a lot of times, just barely hitting rim. Like something just seems off on it.
Is it his fingertip? Is it fingertip? Is that what it is?
I think it's his pinky.
Yeah.
If I can see, especially like on the end of it, I can see how that anytime you touch the ball, you need that to really control it. So yeah, I could see how that could be definitely affect you.
I don't know how much longer Herter has on the team, to be honest. Like, I know they think he's vital in certain aspects, and I think it's more like they don't really have any other direction to go sometimes. But I hope he does well. Like, I don't want him to have to have them force their hand, but I don't think in the long run. I don't know if in the long run he's the answer at all. Like, I don't know what he's got left on his deal. I think he's got another year, maybe. I don't remember what he signed originally.
He has one more.
One more after this year?
I think so.
I got you guys.
I'm not.
He's got this year and the next year, yeah, and that's it.
It says, do you guys think the lack of bench help is wearing on the starters already?
I
What do you
hope
guys
not.
think?
It's only
I think a little bit.
I
not
think
even 10
Mike's still
games into
playing.
the season, though.
Yeah, like I would hope not at this point yet, as far as like frustration and stuff. I think Mike is still playing. I mean, there's a couple guys I'd like to see play still. Stewart, what's his name? Orlando
Robinson.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd
Robinson.
like to see. I mean, not that they're not going to come in obviously and like just wow. I don't think, but I think they'll be integrate part of the team at some point. But I never know with Mike. Like guys will play 20 minutes one game, at least in the past, and then DMP like until he's comfortable with the lineup. Like, not a fan of that, but
Yeah.
it's still in Mike we trust, and I guess we'll see what happens. But I wouldn't be surprised if they're busy during the trade deadline, though. Like, how many
I think
you can't?
definitely. Sorry, Manny. I
No,
think
go
he's
ahead.
I think he's definitely trying to figure some stuff out right now. Because even in this game right now, it's almost like a microcosm of the season so far. Like Keegan started off hot, and then he started subbing in. It was like they never went back to him. You know, I mean, I don't know how many points he had in the second quarter, but you know, he seemed like they're off. I mean that. To me, sometimes like what frustrates me, your offense could never be get the ball to Keon Ellis late in the shot clock.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it seems like they do that all of a sudden. Trey or Keon or one of the quote unquote lesser subs will be taking shots late in the shot clock, and that should never be your offense.
Yeah.
I know you got to put up shots when you're open, but I don't know. It just seems disjointed at times.
Yeah, I don't know. I just look at the team and in future tense, I look at them and I'm like, this is by far not a finished product. Like, I think if there is a championship run team, I think when we get to that point where it is a championship run team, it's going to look vastly different than what you see right now. Like the core players, sure, but like everybody else that's intricate to that, like I think it's going to look just totally different. I could be wrong, but
I mean, you never know. Like Drew, case in point, the Warriors look totally different than the We Believe team that made the playoffs. Like how many guys were still left on that team?
We talking about we Believe was like 07.
Or no. I'm sorry. I'm talking about
14,
the Mark Jackson
14.
team. The Mark Jackson team that.
Yeah, I mean,
made the playoffs.
well, Draymond was drafted in 2012, so it's on. Yeah, it's literally just Steph and Draymond. Even from the 2014-15 team, I think even Looney wasn't even on that first championship team. Looney was drafted the year after they won their first title. So yeah, it's just Curry and Draymond.
Monte was gone.
Yeah, Monte was traded for Andrew Bogut midseason. Yeah, so from that original, yeah, it's Steph and Draymond. And I mean,
yeah, I misspoke. It was that they had that 50-win team that didn't they go to the playoffs, and then they missed the playoffs the second year, right? With Mark Jackson.
No. I think you're getting confused with the We Believe team, because We Believe they made the playoffs in 07. And the next year they did win like 50 games and missed it. Mark Jackson in 2012, 2013 they made the playoffs. They beat the Nuggets in the first round. We beat Iguodala and the Nuggets. They lost to the Spurs in the second round, and the following year they lost to the Clippers in 7. And then Jackson and the front office, there was a whole lot of weird stuff going on with Mark Jackson, bro. It's not a coincidence he doesn't have a head coaching job. And then they hired Steve Kerr 14-15 season, and they won the title his first year.
Yeah, no, I think I was confusing the teams, but case in point, though, that that the team was a lot different when they made their run. So I don't know. Is that something that has to happen in Sacramento? I think D'Lo brought it up one show. Let's say, worst comes worst, they have a season just like they did last season. Do you start to have those conversations? Is part of the core tradable?
Oh, yeah. Well, I think the core is small. Like your core is like your franchise type of players. Like the Warriors, like their core was Steph, Draymond, and Curry. And then that year they lost to the Spurs. They added Iguodala, but he wasn't. He was around for a few years. But I think anytime you can upgrade, like you you almost have you have to find a way to up. Every team is trying to get better, right? So I know you guys haven't been in the playoffs a lot, but I feel like it's been a good couple of last seasons. But if there's a chance to upgrade, I feel like you got to do it, because windows
would you have considered Monte Core?
Monte, no.
He was
supposed to be part of the core.
Well, that's a kind of it's a new one. So he was a fan favorite. He was a great player, but a core piece of a championship team, I don't think so. It's no coincidence. And I was in support of this trade, and I remember they traded him for Bogut because the team did not have a center. They had Andres Biedrins, that guy. Nah. So yeah, bro, he got paid, and they ended up trading him for Iguodala. But as soon as they traded Monte and they got Bogut, that's what really flipped that team and turned them into a contender, because Bogut gave them the inside presence they didn't have. They had Steph on the outside. They had Clay was super young. They had Barnes. They had Draymond, who at that time wasn't really much, but they had David Lee, but David Lee is not he's not a defensive anchor in the center. The team didn't have that. So as soon as they flipped Monte for Bogut, that's what really set them off. So I think if there's a chance to trade somebody, and if it's the right piece, it's always a gamble. But if you think, even Halliburton for Sabonis, a lot of people said that was dumb, right? Look how it turned out. So sometimes you gotta take that gamble. And if you think, even this guy might be really good on your team, but if you think you can move them and upgrade and do it, you got to do it, man.
Yeah. And I think even with this year's Warriors team, although a lot of people look at it and be like, yeah, they're good and they're hot, are they a championship team though? And I would say, you know what? Whether it's right or wrong, or whether it's true or not, Steph alone, with the mystique that he brings and what he does, if they are continuously playing well, they're, to me, a check, because as long as you're in the game and he's around on the court, you always have a chance to win. He's that, and there's not many that you're going to say that about, in the league, period. You could probably count them on one hand, literally. There's a difference between being a franchise player, because almost every team has a franchise player, and having a player that's like Mahomes in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes to go and they're down 2. You're already bro, this game over. He going to score. It's not a matter of how, it's going to be when. It's that type of belief. And even the other team is you know what I'm saying? It's a once in a generational type thing. And he is it. He is that. He is him, as the youngsters would say. And,
to Drew's point, though, I think the Kings have to decide, and it's early in the season. We're just talking right now, but I think the Kings have to decide if this is the group, that's going to take him there, because
that's
they're
what
going
it
to be
is.
they're going to be locked into these contracts. They're going to be paying Keegan. They're paying Domas. They're paying Fox. There's not a lot of wiggle room to add the others, so to speak, like you're talking about, Drew. I don't know if they're gonna have the money to add an Iguodala or something like that, so they got to decide if those 4 are gonna take them there.
Well,
but if you're going to trade anybody, who's going to be a tradable piece out of those 4?
But sometimes it might not even be so here's the thing, man, it's two things. It's twofold for me. It's one is, as the second half starts and just gotta look like an and one by Fox. Mm-hmm. You have very limited. I don't care what anybody thinks, that DeMar could easily just go on a downward spiral at the end of this 2 years. Not because he's bad or anything. It's just he's up there in age. Once you get to that point of this age, you don't know how long a person can be as good as they are, or how fast that decline comes. So you have to take advantage of having him here. And part of taking advantage of that is, because he signed here, there's also the opportunity of other players saying, I want to go there too. So maybe they trade for somebody, or maybe it's them building on what they have now and then going all in on somebody in the offseason, or that's disgruntled. They might be able to fleece somebody that basically puts in a trade demand, because that's how the NBA works nowadays. They demand where they want to go, and the team has to find a way to get them there, right? So, I mean,
if I could add a couple of 2 cents to that, I think some of the fans have been complaining about Vivek being cheap. And they've had some salary dumps over the last few years. They had Rashawn Holmes. They basically traded away in a salary dump. They basically gave away Davion and Sasha for nothing. Those are contracts that you could, you know, possibly use in a trade to you know, just to make salaries match. So, you know, 2 or 3. I mean, one of them, there's been 2 or 3 of those trades where they basically gave guys away for nothing just to dump money off the books, which is, you know, fine. But those are pieces that, you know, you could have used to try to upgrade it, and they basically gave them away for nothing. So I feel like the last few years, you know, whether it's been the draft or whatever, I don't think they've, other than Keegan, I don't think they've really added. You know, they found Keon Ellis undrafted, but in the draft and whatnot, they haven't really added, you know, some young talent or some stuff that can, you know, I think can really help elevate the team. So I think that's been a little bit of an issue that I've noticed, at least. That
and draft. I mean, if we really want to be, keep it real, as TC would say, want to be real with ourselves.
Be real with
they have drafted horribly. Like overall, like how many draft picks have they made that they've either traded away or haven't worked out? Whether it's Davion, whether it's Marvin Bagley, like. Yeah, Keegan so far, and you're going to have to give him money in a minute. Fox is going to re-up for the Supermax if that goes down the way it should. So there's more money being added there. And look, I don't know what Carter is yet, right? Nobody does. But I sure as hell would take a connect on this team right now that's playing for the Lakers and languishing over there for some reason. But he's already a player that's pretty polished in what he does. You don't have to really do much but put him in the lineup. So it's like things like that is where I scratch my head. And like again, like no championship is guaranteed. Like you could put in the greatest team together. You could put in, you know, like Miami did. You're not going to win 5, 6, 7 because it's just hard to do stuff like that. But if you want to contend and you want to at least make those runs, you got to be willing to like take chances. Like I'd rather they take a chance and flop than just sit behind and just be in the middle of the pack. Because you're wasting years on your core players.
Me and Drew were talking about it earlier. I mean, would the Kings look a little bit different if they would have drafted Trace Jackson Davis?
Yeah.
A guy with size, a guy who could rebound, a guy who could, you know, rim run and things like that. And what I mean, they had like 2 or 3 chances to draft him. Just let him go.
For the love of God, don't stop drafting guards.
Right. They drafted another 6'2" guard. You know, I mean, no, Manny, that's a good point. Their draft strategy has been a head scratcher to say the least.
And not even just guards, undersized guards.
Might be good, but I mean, you know, he's redundant right now. So I don't know.
The Trace thing was a little unique because just of the little circumstance and the fact that the Warriors GM was his brother was his agent, so that was a little unique. But I think that's one thing about the Warriors that's allowed them to kind of, you know, a lot of their players that are making a big impact are guys they've drafted over the last 4 years: Moody, Kuminga, Podziemski, Trace Jackson Davis, and then some additions they made this offseason. You know, whether it's Anderson, Buddy Hield, and Melton, you know, they've been able to add players around the margins that really complement, you know, with Steph and Draymond. I think that's what really key, and not just adding names, but adding players who complement your core players and can really, you know, excel in their roles around your team. So that's what you got to find, not just his name, but somebody who fits and can really, you know, elevate and fit in next to those core players.
It's substance, man. You have to add substance, and you have to look, man, if you're running a system or whatever it is they're running, you have to fully believe in that system, and every player you're getting at that point, do they fit that system? You can't just put a square peg into a circle, right? Like you can't. Like, so you have to know what fits, and the Warriors do that better than anybody, figuring out the pegs that fit perfectly. And they've made mistakes. Like we all, you know, Jordan Poole,
James Wiseman line too.
But nobody's perfect.
Nobody's Dick just blocking the hole, dude. Dick's just blocking the hole. Like, God damn, dude.
That's good. And one. Let's go. Debo. That dude looks like what's the kid from the Andy Griffin show? What was his name on the show?
Michigan probably does.
Opie. He looks just
Ron
like
Howard.
Opie. Yeah. He looks like Opie.
Yeah, it's like that was.
I'm just waiting for him to get caught with like sniffing like 4 pounds of coke, and because it'll look so unnatural. But like, no, not them.
Dick with the white stuff. What?
Like,
Oh
there
no.
you go. There you go. There you go. There you go, Kara. You're
I'll drink to that.
What is up with our defense?
That's wild.
No,
I do want to say two things before we go, because I did want to say, I forgot to say one. Everybody else said on their show, so happy birthday to Mrs. Wilsey, Hannah. Great mom, great wife. Don't have sound effects yet, so this is what you get. And R.I.P. to Rory, man. Rory was a contributing member of the Chatty House. I thought he was a great dude. Like, the arguments are hilarious to me, him and Ham, because he would get on Ham's nerves. So like anybody that can get on Ham's nerves, like, dude, listen, like, that's a win-win. So
light work. That's light work for you, boy.
But he still got Drew left, so at least on the argument side, he's good. But Rory was cool, man. He always had good contributions to the show, and I know that they've got I don't know if anybody saw. I actually looked at his not obituary, but I think they're doing some. And Turlock, I think, and they're asking everybody to. He's a Syrian, and they're asking everybody to wear what do you call it? Tracksuits. Yeah, so it's pretty dope. I thought that was dope as hell, man. So peace and love to his family, and it's a loss for the Chatty House too. And man, just sad, man, just sad overall. So
I was young too, man.
Yeah, he was young as heck. So
just never know.
Never know. That's true. It's crazy because nobody's, they said it happened on like the 16th or 17th and
16th October,
a couple weeks ago, really. But life is so fast moving. So you see people in and out of the Chatty House. People got to go to work, do things. So you never really look at it as like, oh, like it's a wellness check type thing, So just sad to hear, man. So rest in peace, Rory, man. We'll miss you, brother.
Man, what is with this team?
Everybody's younger than Michigan, John, so that's not saying much.
Kings
just can't put away a team like Toronto. See teams like that with just young players who aren't scared. Like a team like, it wouldn't surprise me, if this team struggles with a team like Houston, a team like Orlando with these young players that are just out hustling them right now. I know it's early. I know it's not time to. I know this is rich people talk. I get it, coming from Chicago, like after 6 championships. But that time between Mike and all them leaving, and then all the way through the Bill Cartwright coaching, and who was the coach from USC that ended up being the Bulls? I don't even remember. Tim Floyd was the coach. That it was like those were some very we were privileged for a while, but that was some very old, like the 16-year drought Sacramento Kings years. So when they come up like they have now, like this, I get it. Everybody's go-to non-frustrating thing is to always say, well, if you're going through the 16 years, then this is bro, I get that. But at some point, it's okay to be frustrated by a game. It's okay to expect more because this isn't that 16-year drought team. There's expectations with this team after what happened 2 years ago, and it's okay to have expectations. No one's saying win the championship, but you can't keep coming out like this in first halves either and letting these teams because I remember by the end of last year, everybody was pissed off. I don't care who you were. Every time they would lose to these teams that were missing 4 starters, it adds up, and then you get to where you were at the end, where if you could have just won some of those games, you were shooing in the playoffs, and who knows at that point it's 0-0, right? You can win a series, you can gain some momentum and experience from that. And unfortunately, but these are the teams you have to beat to be able to be in that position where you don't have to worry about that at the end of the season. Well, they don't have that excuse anymore. They're not a young team. This isn't a young team with no an inexperienced team. These guys this is a veteran team. They got to know how to, put teams away like this. Yeah, again, like I said, it's no panic yet or nothing like that, but it is frustrating. It is frustrating when you see their star players out and they're struggling and getting out hustled by this team.
And it's every game. It's not just once in a while. It's every game. We've seen this over and over again.
It's literally the same thing as last year, but with DeMar. And I guarantee you that was DeMar that said something at halftime the last game. Guarantee it. I'll put a prize pick money on that. Like that's I would take the over.
Playing like a bunch of Drakes out here, guys. Come on.
Could you imagine? Like I'll say this, if he had showed up to this game today, I would be like, okay, man, I give you props for having the balls to show up to this game in Sacramento.
DeMar would have gone off for like 60.
Oh yeah, for sure. They would have been playing, and they would have played Kendrick. The only albums they would have played the whole night would have been Kendrick. It's just been Kendrick all night.
As Vivek says, they are nothing like us.
73-66. Toronto's up with 6 minutes and 30 seconds. At least
I saw that whole Drake experience with the 2019 Finals, Warriors versus Raptors, and he's just like they said, like he's like trying to be the producer, all up in the videos. It's like, bro, you're not on the team, bro. Like you're a fan. Just relax and just watch the game. Yeah, he's always doing too much, man.
I'm not gonna lie though. Like if I grew up a fan of a team and all of a sudden I had like $1 billion, like I'd be acting a fool at a Bulls game too.
So basically, if you're a Kenny Caraway, is what you're saying.
Yes, absolutely. I'd be courtside Manny. Courtside cereal. That would be me. And I'd be throwing up cereal. Unlike the other dude throwing up, like I threw up cereal. Just overeating
Lucky
cereal.
Charms all over the floor.
Somebody would have broken ankles tripping on some cereal pieces, and I would have got kicked out.
Somebody throw a chicken wing on the court or something like that? What's that one? Or it fell out of Zion's pocket. I forget whatever happened.
Manny would have been like Larry David on Curb Your Enthusiasm when he hurt Shaq. You guys ever see that? He tripped Shaq.
I remember that. Look, and this is what kills me too, is they make all these guys into superstars every single time. Like, bro, this guy
whose man is it? Whose man is this? I need to know for real.
Like, dude doesn't do that against anybody else.
Oh, she right there.
If players can make bonus, like if I was a player on another team, one of my bonuses that I want in my contract is what I score against the Kings. Like I get a certain amount of money if I have a career game against the Kings. Like guaranteed to pay. Guaranteed. Jesus Christ, man. I'm gonna drink this whole bottle in a minute.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna need this.
Anybody ever have you guys had this before?
What is that?
What is it?
It's the Jack Daniels Winter Jack. It's a spiced apple punch. So it's spiced apple punch Jack Daniels.
Winter Jack is wild though.
So,
hey, y'all ever had this? It's called water.
You can jack really in any season, bro.
I got me a little J-Mo.
Okay.
Little Antoine Jameson over here.
Okay.
Show started before I could make an old fashioned. I just got some regular bourbon.
Keegan, there you go.
We call those Michigan Wolverines.
That's a good one. Buffalo Trace is good, man. I like Buffalo Trace.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Kings on a 6-0 run. Let's go.
Let's go. That just turned around and saw that. Damn. All right, here we go. Fast break. All right, Keegan. Yeah. Down 77-75. 5.5 minutes. Is Ramsey at the game?
Yeah.
That's what I thought he said, because he said Carol. He said, "What's up?" Okay. Okay.
He don't care about us.
He's got his own stuff going on.
Was there any pictures of KC courtside on the court?
I did not see any.
We get into that over real quick, I feel like.
Now Drake gave him his seats.
He's sitting with Drake.
How many points does Sabonis have, man? That's what I need.
9.
Jeez.
Oh, no, he's got 11 bro. Now.
Oh, he's close. He's close.
You got 11 assists, though.
Yeah.
I don't care, bro. I got money on this.
You're the problem. Hey. You are the problem, Manny.
Nobody said I wasn't. I can accept that.
This is why people can't enjoy games anymore, dude. They can't just watch their team and root off their team because.
Hey, look, man. After last night,
dude.
After last night, you're lucky I'm not drunk. After last night, you're lucky I'm not drunk this whole day today.
It's probably a lot of people are.
I got Steph. I got Steph for 20.5 points, like over. That was easy money. I was like, come
Yeah.
on, bro.
You.
Yeah,
That
did
That's
you
easy
see
money.
mine? My very first one. Herder messed it all up. I still won.
No wonder you see. That's why you
That's why
hate
she's
him.
mad.
I told you guys are disgusting, dude. That's
Thanks.
why you hate him. It all makes sense now. You guys
I
are
don't hate him.
gross,
$50,
dude.
but
You guys are gross. No wonder you don't like Herder. You fans
number
are
9.
fans
Get it
are
right. Number
disgusting these days, man. Just
I'm
watch
sure
your
she
team
has.
and root on for us. It's all about money. You guys make me
Katrina
sick.
said what she said. She's not taking it back.
That's Tasha gonna get in your ass, man.
See? These guys, dude. See? Just enjoy the athletes, man.
It's this dude's fault.
These guys are disgusting, man. You guys are the problem. You guys are all the issues. Just
I
watch
blame
the game.
Leezy.
Don't lump me in that. I don't lump me into that. I don't do it. So don't lump me into
Byron?
that.
There's
Very
many
good.
things in my life.
I'm not a
I'm
gambler
just gonna
either.
blame
I
Leezy.
don't gamble either. So
And I only
Yeah,
gamble because I don't
yeah.
have the money to gamble. So if I did, I probably would.
But you get $50 free.
Yeah,
That's how they get you
that's the
on.
only reason I did it. That's the only reason I did it. To be honest,
What am I? I've done like 5.
Hook, line, and sinker,
Five
all you
days.
guys.
$50
Reeled you
free.
in.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
But I won though.
oh, man.
See?
It's hot.
This
You always
time.
win the first one.
No,
House
I
always
won
wins, buddy.
five.
House always wins.
Drew, do you need to cook as many wings as you do? No, but you do because you love it. Shut up.
Don't give me the wing. That's out of bounds, bro.
You went too far.
That's not.
Still
that's
waiting
not-
for my wings too.
Don't do this, Manny. Don't do this. Where's my invite? I said, pull up. Let's go bowling. I'll make wings
There
for
you
you.
go, Malik.
What happened?
That's-
Crickets.
Yeah,
Crickets.
it's crickets.
Don't.
There we go. Let's go. Push that ball.
Yeah, see, he changed the subject. See, unbelievable. This guy's
You told me to enjoy the game. You make up your mind. Am I enjoying the game or am I not?
multitask, buddy. Come on, dude.
That's hard, bro.
I don't know. That sounds familiar. I told Drew to pull up to Napa anytime, man, and he told me to go to hell. So
Damn.
Well, the way my bank account's set up is like Livermore. I'm more of a Livermore guy.
Fair enough.
What winery did you go to? Where did you go to the winery the other day?
We did a wine trolley for the wife's birthday. So we met at a Garay, which is in Livermore. Actually, we got married there. We went there. You do a wine tasting, wine pairing. You hop on a trolley. They took us to 2 more wineries in Livermore. Yeah, wine pairings. Got the food. They tell you what to eat with what. So yeah, it was fun, man. Had a good time.
I couldn't Davey
that
on
sounds
Mitchell.
like fun.
Yeah, it did. It looked nice. I saw the
Eating
pictures.
cheeses and Spanish olives I never ate before. So,
Ugh.
bro, they were good. Spanish olives were delicious, dude.
Katrina knows.
I don't
what's
even
up.
like.
She's-
I don't even
she's
like
from
white
St.
people's
Louis.
olives, let alone Spanish olives.
Whoa,
Wow.
whoa, racial undertones here. What is going on, man?
Jesus.
Country we
Speaking of
live in,
last-
sir.
speaking of
It's
last
the
night.
country we live in.
Wow. I'm gonna
Didn't know
take a
this
shot.
was a national convention there, Manny.
I'm not bitter at all. Not at all.
I got to get Katrina and Ramsey out to their old stomping grounds over here in the 707. We got to.
No, every
Ramsey
time
drives through there like every other day. So
He drives everywhere, bro. That's not.
No, I think he knows Napa better than I do.
Oh, that was nice.
yeah, Kyle will be on after the game is over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's watching the game, so he'll be on right after.
After the game is over?
Yes.
So like in the hour?
No, I told y'all. This is, maybe if you all pay attention.
I said I didn't sign up for overtime, bro.
No one told you had to. You can leave whenever you want to, buddy.
Dang, Davion's playing good.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
got 14
motivated for
points.
sure. He is motivated.
You guys
Oh,
want to get into
nice.
any NFL at all right now, or what? Or are we just doing Kangs?
As soon as this is over, we are. Yeah, we're doing Niners. We're doing Kings. That's why Kyle's coming on.
Well, you guys can talk NFL. I have nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
Who the hell are you telling, man? My team just paid a 4th round pick for some guy no one's even heard of. Has 100 yards on the season. Come on.
Yeah, well,
Jerry likes him. That's all.
Yeah, no. I guess you could sympathize.
I heard he has 9 inches, though.
Maybe he measures up really well. Apparently, I don't know.
That's what I said. He probably has 9 inches, so he traded for him.
Excuse me?
Good old Jerry.
Telling you, if I was Max Crosby on the Raiders, I'd ask for a trade right now. They're going to waste that dude's career.
Bro, how many times are they going to push Domas in the back, man?
Every
That's
time.
ridiculous.
My question is how
There we
many
go. Go straight up. I need your points.
This guy, dude. You guys are. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's making me sick, dude.
Thanks.
What were you going to say, Katrina?
No, how many times has Domas gotten hit in the face? That's what I really need to know.
Nice. Look at velvet, red velvet.
Got over that.
I feel like 30 seconds behind me. That's killing me right now, man.
You're 30 seconds behind me?
No, you're 30 seconds behind me.
Oh yeah.
I know. I got a lag too. I'm watching it on the Fire Stick because I mean, obviously, I don't get Sacramento channels out here.
I'm just watching it on Comcast.
I'm watching Warrior reruns actually.
I believe you.
Oh, come on.
You're probably watching like 1997 or something.
Just watching Buddy compilation highlights.
Yeah, that should be over in 20 minutes.
Damn.
20 minutes to see them alone. Huh. Check the game.
Come on, bro.
Dick missed the hole again. Damn it, dude.
Whoa, what?
Wow.
Are you guys watching basketball or?
I don't know what he's watching. He's sitting in the dark too, so who knows what he's watching?
Look, just because I'm dark skinned doesn't mean I'm sitting in the dark, all right?
Whoa.
Jesus Christ.
What is going on here?
I wouldn't mind if one day he just punches somebody and just take the suspension. It's cool. Like,
Sabonis?
just punch somebody, bro.
That was rough the other night.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Kings shooting 25% from three. Are you guys concerned about that so far?
Is who shooting what?
The
Dave
Kings are
Garcia, don't
shooting
say nothing.
25% from three.
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit.
absolutely.
Dave Garcia
Man,
out
we
here
all-
telling my secrets. Damn it.
We all,
He is a
we all
politician.
love Malik, man, but man, sometimes Malik giveth and sometimes Malik taketh away.
That's true.
Mhm.
He does
That
some
is
wild
true.
shit sometimes, man.
Yeah.
I live with it though.
No, I know. I love Malik, but it's like, man,
107.
sometimes like, what are you thinking?
I don't
It
know.
reminds me of Jason Williams. He used to do that shit all the time too. Like he looked spectacular, but sometimes he did some crazy shit, and you're like, dude.
But you also remember they got rid of Jason for Mike Bibby because Williams was doing too many crazy shit, and that's when they
get
really
that.
took off. There you go, Domas.
I personally think they still would have did the same thing with Jason, but that's me.
You think so?
I
I
do.
don't think so.
I think so.
Domas
But
was
I get
15
why they did it.
points.
I
Let's go.
don't think it was a bad move either. I think he could have done that too. Oh, there.
We'll go
Yeah,
get- we'll go
Domas.
get the Caraway.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, bathroom. I'll be right back, guys. Bathroom
All
break.
right. It's like, dude, this isn't fifth grade. Let's go to the bathroom. You don't have to raise your hand.
You don't got to ask for permission.
No. For the love of God. Let's go, my son. All right, bro. 3 more, man. That's all I need is 3. 3.
Is anyone going to the game on Friday?
Thinking about it.
I won't be
Nope.
here.
Oh, right. You're going to Disneyland.
I'm going to Disneyland.
Taking a short trip before my son starts basketball season.
Nice. How long
Nice.
are you going for?
What'd you say?
How long?
We're just going for Thursday through Sunday. Coming back Monday.
Okay. Is that where? What city is that again?
What?
Disneyland.
Anaheim?
Anaheim.
Anaheim. Okay. I always forget. Okay.
And
Because
we better win this game. I need some.
Yeah.
I need something to be positive about.
Kel's 916. I will not be there on Monday. I'm actually going to be at the Sacramento History Museum for their comic convention that I'm a special guest at. So hope everybody has fun Monday.
So
Nice,
special. Man. So special.
I am. I'm doing a panel. They're about character development. So if anybody wants to figure out how to develop their characters, come on down.
No, that's dope, man. That's dope as hell. Hey, David, have you been to Portillo's out there to eat?
I have not.
Go eat there, bro. Go eat there. You'll be there for 3 days. Go eat there.
What do you recommend?
Italian beef dipped. Yeah, that's the first. Every time we go to Chicago, we get off the plane, we go straight to Portillo's. It's my first stop. But they have one in Anaheim, like they have one in Weno Park.
Mm.
I think that's like 5-10 minutes from there.
Man, so Manny, being from Chicago, that's one of the best places to go and eat. And so, how does their Italian food, compare to like to New York or places like that? Is Chicago known for their Italian food, or like what are they known for? I've never been to Chicago, so I'm just wondering.
So I think that's why I do like the one thing about the eating scene there is there's a neighborhood for everything. It's more people that visit notice it more than people that live there, but it's a very segregated city. So like if you go to basically Little Mexico, you're going to get insanely great Mexican food. If you go to Italian Village, you're going to get authentic. Like I've been to a restaurant there where literally you knock, the little window opens, they look, if they don't know you, they don't let, like you get in, and then at one end of the table, it's no bullshit. Dude's at the end of the table. He weighs about 400 pounds. He's got 2 girls around him. Like it literally looks like The Godfather. Like it's that authentic. Like it's crazy. So like that's the one thing is like there's an authentic place for every nationality there. Like you go to Chinatown there, it's like Chinatown in San Francisco. Like it's as authentic as you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, everything's up. I mean, that's the thing is like you can go eat anything, you're gonna get what you want there. So I think you get used to it when you live there and you take it for granted a little bit until you move away. But food, I like it, man.
You miss it?
Yeah, but only like certain things like the pizza, Italian beefs, gyros. Like there's certain places that are, because I've lived there for so long, like they're just home. Like it's my spots. But Sac has come up a lot in the last 10 years. Like there's some phenomenal places to eat where I'm like, okay, I'm good. Like what I really miss because they don't have it in Sac is Puerto Rican food. Like it's non-existent here. So you have to go to the Bay if you want to eat decent Puerto Rican food.
There's a place up in Santa Rosa, or there used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Really good.
There's a place we found over on Mission. Like we were just walking there one day when we were there visiting. It was like a little hole in the wall. And it was like phenomenal, but like you said, like you definitely have to go to the Bay because there's a bigger population out there of Puerto Ricans. And there's a place like on Florin. It's like right off of 99. It's called Red Star Market, I think. But like, so they have all the ingredients, but everything's like so high priced because they know they're the only store in town that carries certain things. It's like I'm good, man. Like I'm not spending all that money to make something. So. But actually, now that I think, but there is a place. If you want everyone to try Puerto Rico, there's one place. It's called Lola's. It's off of Broadway. It is a Puerto Rican restaurant there. So I lied. There is one spot in Sacramento, and it's pretty good. It's actually pretty good. So just don't go in the summer because they have no air conditioning. So it's pretty miserable.
Let's go. I might be white, but I see them my chicken. Damn it! Let it be known.
You're not sharing, so
let it be known. Let it be known.
So you got that from the bathroom? Like that's where you make your chicken?
It's called multitasking. I told you about.
Just saying.
I'm saving time. It's called efficiency. Kind of like Buddy Healed.
But okay, is anyone else seeing this? Drew is like in black and white, and then his chicken is like in color.
No, it's like it's weird. I think it's my walls. Pause. I think it's like the gray because I know it's weird. It comes like
I know
in
it's
and
like
out.
no color.
I don't know. It's weird. Like it fades like in and out, like the color. I don't know. It's so.
But if you look on his left arm has a little bit of color. You see, that's weird.
What?
Right?
What was that movie? What was that movie where they were like in black and white and it became color slowly but surely?
Oh yeah,
Pleasantville?
Yeah, Pleasantville. Pleasantville.
That was a decent flick. I like that movie actually.
Actually,
Remember
was.
they
It
were
was
playing
not a bad
basketball, and then they just
Yeah.
made every single shot.
Yeah, it was all like
That one.
And it turned color, and they missed every shot.
And the
Yeah.
little sister was like a little hoe, dude. Yeah, remember? Yeah, she
Toby
was
Maguire, right?
Wow.
She
Tobey
was,
Maguire?
dude. She banged the dude in the car at Lover's Lane, and then after that, it was a wrap.
Leave it to Drew to sexualize.
Did that happen or did it not happen?
No, I mean
It happen.
you're right. It did
Isn't that when
happen.
it turned
It
color?
just-
Okay, then,
Isn't
let's
that
see.
what the-
Okay.
yeah,
There's
with
another way to
black
put it, I
color?
guess.
Okay.
No, that's the Drew way.
I keeps it real.
Yeah, the bottom part of the screen is the
I
only
almost said
part
the Jew way. Now it's Drew.
the only part has seasoning.
I think it's something to do with my gray walls. Pause. I think it's like something. It's like makes it like monochromatic. I need to wear.
Why
wear
are
some
you
more
pausing? What is sexual about gray walls? Like, why do you have to keep saying pause on gray walls?
old women?
Oh, okay, I guess only you would think that. Like, literally, not even Jesse and them. Not okay. I don't know what old things you've been up in, but that's pretty. That's like very. That's very specific.
That's on a need to know basis, buddy.
That's just very specific.
Yeah.
Grandmas all watch out. Drew's in town.
Hey,
Oh,
MILFs, GILF, bring them all, baby.
GG.
Wow.
Good
It's
gills,
gills,
like great
too?
gills.
No love for aunties, I see. Okay.
They fall into one of those categories.
At some point, huh?
Come on,
guys.
guys.
Or SILFs for
This is
singles.
brutal. This is brutal.
What's going on in the game?
It's 93-89 Toronto with
95-89, actually, buddy.
Oh, that's cool.
90.
You know what's so annoying? The ESPN app. I'll be watching a game, and then I'll go to check the box score to look at the stat. And the ESPN app will somehow be like 10, 15 seconds ahead of the game. And I'll see like, oh, the other team scored or something. I'm like, what?
It's 95-91, actually, buddy.
How is the app ahead of the game? I'm watching it live. That shit's annoying.
So that's like live, and then the TV is like, and then there's Manny's TV. That's like a good 30 seconds.
Ramsey's
I
up
don't know
there
what's up
doing
with the
play-by-play
Comcast.
for us.
I think mine's delayed more than Manny's. Because I
What's
see
your time?
93-89.
What's the time on the clock for you?
I got 95-94.
Mine's 11:15.
Jesus.
Yeah, 95-94.
10-17.
You win.
It's
David
17.
wins.
They're punishing me for not being in Sacramento.
Zabo. Zabo.
Was it-
My dad we'd have the Warriors game on, or the A's game. My dad liked the radio broadcast better. So we had the TV on mute and the radio would be like 10, 15 seconds ahead. So you'd always hear it before it happened, and it'd be annoying.
There you go. Kings with the lead.
Okay.
I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know
Sorry. I'm looking at Ramsey. Ramsey telling us right there, Kings back up by 1. He's up in
Ramsey
the chat.
reporting live from Golden One.
Exactly.
See if I can get.
That might be me next week.
Damn fire stick. That's what you get when you're watching games illegally.
Ramsey, just join the chat and then live stream for us, please. We can all just watch your stream.
Come on.
He cannot do that, but I can do that next week.
I also need Fox to hit another 3. So can we get this together or
Does
what?
he have 2? He has 2. I thought the bet was 1.5.
He does have 2?
I thought he did.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not.
I must
Maybe
have-
not.
He only has 1.
Oh, he has
Yeah.
1. All right, never mind.
He's 1 for 7 right now. Sabonis with 15.
What I have?
Note to self: don't hate bet. I bet on Luca.
Oh, so I have Sabonis at 18.5 more, so he has to get 19, and De'Aaron has to get one more 3. That's not going to happen.
John Poles, Ben is probably still at pregame.
Ben is waiting for the pre-show to finish.
Nice, 98, 95. Let's go.
John Poles hasn't been the same since Emmy hasn't been a regular in the chat.
She's been in the last couple days.
Yeah, she has. She actually has been.
All right, chat. I have got to get going. I didn't realize we were going to do a whole thing like this.
I told your asses.
Sorry,
Jesus
my
Christ,
bad.
man.
I'm old, dude. Leave me alone. You still got Drew?
Iron Barling has to go to bed now, guys.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Peace out.
What
You
are
guys
you
have a
in
great evening.
grade school? Later.
Mr. Manny, can I leave? My mom's outside waiting for me.
You have a note? Better have a note, buddy.
Stand in the corner.
Yeah, be gone. We'll talk after school tomorrow.
Let's go. Air fryer activated. Let's go. We're going to be here all night. I better have some wings frying at least, man.
How many times do you
Just get a win? Just get a win. Come on.
That's it.
A day?
Yeah, didn't you make some like at noon?
No, I had them ready, but I never made them. I was catting.
There we go.
I did make some yesterday, though.
Did you?
And I did make some Sunday, too, actually.
Do you just go to Costco and buy, like...
I do, yeah.
That's smart if you're going to make them.
Yeah,
like
they
that.
have like a 6-pack of like, it's like either $2.99 or $2.49 a pound. It's so cheap. It's like, it's like $20 for like, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 pounds of wings, something like that. 8 pounds. Yeah, that's a pretty solid deal, man. And they like they're like individual. There's like 6 of them, but they're individually packed. So you can just like cut them up and then like freeze them. And then I can cut off a certain portion, defrost them, season them. It's lovely.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, food excites me.
Got the
Drew, what part of Tracy from? Like, are you more towards like Mountain House, or are you like right in the middle of Tracy?
Nah, I'm in the worst slums of Tracy, actually. Halfway joking. No. I live in like the OG part of town. Like, I live like not like the west side and south is more the newer side. I live like, I'm literally honestly like a block away from Central Avenue, which is like literally the center of town. So I'm like dead smack kind of in the center. Yeah, in the center. Like my house is an older house, like 1960. So I'm in the OG part of town. We got churches, liquor stores. We got crackheads on the corner. Yeah, we got the whole shebang bang.
Man, I remember.
I can't hear you, Drew.
I remember always going through.
Don't do that. Don't do that, Katrina. Don't do that.
We used to stop there on the way to A's games all the time. I remember when Tracy had like one of the First Nations. You know.
Yeah, right there on Tracy Boulevard.
Yeah, we always used to stop there before going to A's games or concerts or something like that, like way back in the day.
Yeah, I like their breakfast. I like Nation's breakfast.
I've never tried their breakfast.
Yeah, they got I got like 2 eggs. It's like 2 eggs, hash browns, sausage or bacon, and toast. It's like $10, something like that. Yeah,
that's pretty cheap. They got good pies there too.
Oh, the pies are dope.
Yeah, I like their cream pies. They're pretty good.
I bet you do.
Katrina's just shaking her head in disappointment.
As she said.
Yeah, me and Dave Garcia live pretty close to each other, actually.
Do
Yeah, not too far away.
What's the score you got? Katrina, you're the one that seems to have the best.
Kings up.
Yeah, I got 101.98.
Okay, that's what I got.
Wow, TV and the app are linked up.
I got 118, 112 Warriors though on my score. Take that, Jesse.
Is there a Wednesday game next week too?
Yeah,
Okay.
which I kind of want to go to. That's the Suns,
Is it?
so I could report live from
There you
Golden
go.
One.
Man, I already said, Drew, you give me my credit. When everybody was predicting the downfall, and I know it's early, I said, man, the Warriors, they don't look that bad to me.
Yeah, that's not what I read.
I said it.
No, I screenshot the Discord. David said the Warriors are cooked. They're done. 38 wins.
That was in Discord. That wasn't Chatty.
Me and James Ham are lockstep. 38 wins.
To be fair, I just say stuff to troll. I don't even mean half the stuff I say. So.
Oh my god! Hold on a second.
Discord doesn't count.
Hold on.
I don't blame them.
So I tried Malik's pizza.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no.
I mean, it's pizza.
It wasn't good.
It sounds good though.
What's on it again?
It's pepperoni, the cup and crisp pepperoni and bacon. Oh, and Italian sausage.
Just didn't go together.
Didn't agree.
Where is this from?
Pizza guys.
Yeah, I think I've had that pizza. Not bad.
Pizza guys?
I didn't like it.
We got this spot in Tracy. It's a bar. It's a sketchy ass bar called Rusty's, which is sketchy enough, but they got good ass pizza there. Yeah, hella good pizza.
Rusty's.
It's Rusty's, right? That's a dude's name. But yeah, you go there, you might get in a fight, but you'll be full if you get knocked out with good food at least.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it was a lot of meat, a lot of like processed pork, and I make my own pizzas.
I'm sorry. Come again.
There's a lot of meat.
Ramsey.
What?
Oh yeah, we're the crazy ones. That's wild, dude. Calm down, John Poles.
This is John Poles.
Good.
Every day.
Nobody fight me. He's legit 6'5". I don't know about Stephen Brown, but I've seen John Poles in person. That man's tall.
That's true.
I'm 5'10".
All you gotta do is take out the knees, though. Once you take out the knees, they're right there with you. It's anybody's game at that point.
They might have strong knees like Dr. Flo.
No, I avoid that mess. Like I said, I joked around in the chatty house. I'm Clifford Franklin. I'm hiding behind the jukebox while everybody else is fighting.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm too old for that stuff anymore.
No, I'm just kidding. It's not that serious. I feel like
if
you mind your own business wherever you're at, for the most part, ain't not gonna happen.
I ain't got time for all that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Especially not now. I don't need to get deported. I'm good.
Aaron's 1 for 7 from 3.
Yes.
Kings up 4, 104, 100. I got.
So what? I need him to hit another 3, bro.
Dude, you just.
I need the
money's on the line.
You are the problem today, dude. You're why athletes hate fans, dude.
I'm kidding. Don't shame me. I got bills to pay.
I will shame you so hard, buddy.
No, I need the Kings up by at least 10.
Yes.
To feel halfway.
That's a weird flex. 2 of 8.
Yeah.
That ain't happening.
Yeah. Do you guys think De'Aaron's maybe shooting a little bit too much from 3? I know last year he had a pretty good year from 3, but I feel like when we played you guys in the playoffs, like when he shot a 3, like I didn't expect him to miss it, but I'm like, all right, that's a win. Just because he's so quick and so explosive in his mid-range game, he gets into the paint, and the
year they went to the playoffs. To your point, Drew, is when he was driving the lane and he was hitting that little Chris Paul.
Exactly. He's so quick that he just creates so much space and make that shot.
Is that the finger that he's dealing with? Is that on his shooting hand? Right?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
109.
I thought it was his offhand.
I don't have a problem with the open ones. Like if you're open, you take it. I don't
And
want
we're
you
screwed.
not
If it's
taking
on his
open
shooting
shots.
hand, then that might be what it is. But okay, up by 7.
Yep. Sure.
You caught up?
No.
I
Not
wouldn't
at
know.
all. Now I
Ramsey-
am. Because I just saw Keegan hit a 3. So now I am.
What about Keon?
I saw that. The steal.
Yes, I just saw Keon. It's a layup. And then Davion hit a shot. See, I'm behind.
I'm like, oh, it's Harry Giles.
Did you guys expect DeRozan to be this good?
I did.
Yeah,
I watched every game in Chicago. Like I knew
I
what
feel
he
you.
was bringing. I knew
Yeah.
everything.
No,
Yeah,
like I've seen plenty of his games, and I thought he would definitely be there, but I didn't think that he would kind of be like the focal point in a sense. You know what I mean? I thought he would maybe average 18 to 20, take over in the fourth when needed, make free throws, get to the line. But I didn't really see him being like basically the leading scorer of the team and averaging 25. I thought he'd be more, 18 to 20 points a game. But I'm impressed with what he's doing.
I agree.
So I think at the end of the day, I think after 82 games, it will even out.
Probably a little closer to 20, maybe.
But I think this is more of them saying, do your thing. We don't want you not to feel comfortable being who you are. And also I think Fox's hand plays a part in that too. So I think it's also like they're leaning on him a little bit more to conserve. But I think at the end of the day, like you said, like I think it's going to even out a little bit more.
But remember, Manny, when we were talking about it, I haven't seen this glaring weakness in DeMar's defense.
No, not at all. I never thought it would be either. Like
I know I didn't get where that was coming from.
Like, bro, what? Because in Chicago he had to make up for Zach LaVine's defensive deficiencies.
I don't think DeMar's ever been a poor defender. I wouldn't consider him a lockdown defender, but he's a really smart player. I mean, I've especially when he has the ball. I mean, defense, but especially on offense, I've seen him pump fake and just get guys in the air. He's just smart. So even if maybe he's a little older, maybe he's not as athletic as he once was, but the guy's smart. He understands where he needs to be on the floor. He can see plays develop before they happen. So
he's he just knows what spots to be in. He knows where to be, when to be there. Just like you say, he's very smart. He's very intelligent.
Wing check.
Is he really cooking wings?
He is. Guaranteed he is. I don't blame him. Sounds good.
It does.
I wish next week wasn't 11 o'clock because I almost want to hit Matson up and be like, hey, man, maybe. But if next week's a early game too, no, gotta figure it out.
Man, I was thinking about the other day. Man, it is a trip how much everything's like changed. It's like, remember when we first started listening to the show? I remember at first, like I would only see Ramsey, Katrina, you were in there, Roddy, Warren, and then I think there's just a few people making comments. Then there's about 30 to 40 of us in there. It's like now you got Kyle got a show. There's about 300 people watching all the time just on YouTube. And it's kind of crazy, man.
It's a testament, man, to them guys. Like, not that they I do think, like, I always tell my girl, like the way that D'Lo kind of runs the ship, like, it's insane to me. Like, just he knows what he does what he's been doing what he's been doing for so long. You can tell, like, there's just nothing that really phases him in general. Like,
a lot of it was word of mouth, though, man. I remember when I started listening to the show before I started going into the Chatty house, and it was actually Roddy when Damien was still on 1140 was telling me, hey, give this dude a chance.
Yeah.
And that's where I first started listening to Damien, when he was on 1140, when they had that afternoon show. And then when they got their own show, I remember it was him and Murph Dog those are the dudes who are like, hey man, these guys are starting to show. Listen, so I started listening, and then about a week later, that's when I started commenting in the chat.
Yeah, D'Lo's kind of the reason that I kind of started. Well, he wasn't the reason that I. No respect in my house, dog.
I feel you, man.
But I heard about D'Lo and KC because it was during the playoffs, and Guru, the big R. Kelly supporter. I heard he was gonna come on to 1320, and I had heard Bonte and Butch mention 1320. I didn't really know anything about it, and then I heard Guru was coming on, and I've been watching 95.7 on YouTube for a while. That's always how I listened on the radio back in the day, but once I kind of started working from home, I'm home, so I have the YouTube up. So I've been on that. So I heard Guru was on, so I went over there. And as soon as I got on there, I started chatting. And I thought it was so cool how you guys how D'Lo and them highlight the comments, right? Bring the comments up.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do that on 95.7. So when he started doing that, I felt like part of the show and how they really involved the Chatty House, and then just something about D'Lo. Casey's great. Casey's a super dope in person, but something about D'Lo is he's just got that. He had that something about him. I was like, man, this guy's legit, bro. I like him, and I like the way they really involved the Chatty House and all that. So yeah, that's how I got. I guess I'm not even a fan of the Kings. I'm not a fan of the Giants. I'm not a fan of the Niners. I don't like any of the teams on there. But I just what am I doing here? But yeah,
but that's the beauty of it, man. Like that's the beauty. It's like somebody like you, or even myself. I like the Kings, but that's not my main team. But it's them. It's them being real, being themselves, and it's just fun. It's just something fun at the end of the day. Bro, they'll go anywhere from wrestling, even if you're not into wrestling. And I know there's some cats that always cry about it, but it's they don't care. This is who we are, man. We're gonna talk about it, so it is what it is. But the references they make and everything.
That's cool though, because sometimes on 95.7 they got 3-4 hour shows, and they will talk about the same fucking thing for 4 hours each show, and it's after a while, it's
nobody wants to hear that.
You can only talk about the Giants starting lineup so many times.
Yeah, or talk about Debo or is Brandon, are you going to get traded for 12 hours? And it's obviously that you got to touch on that, but it's nice that D'Lo and KC they talk about around the league, WNBA, college, wrestling. They just Alcatraz, whatever the case may be. Shout out Kenny. It's it's a fun show, and what the funny thing is, it's people that I listen to the show with the 95.7. I'm cool with they would give me shit all the time, there's Odyssey Sackboy, and I'm like, bro, you guys are weird, dude. Why are you worried about what I listen to? You guys act like we're in a gang or something like that. I'm like, I rock with 95.7. I listen to them a lot, but I like D'Lo and KC. I like the Chatty House. I am you guys are people be on some weird type of energy, but I love the Chatty, and it's the community, right? Meetups. The first time I went to the Kings Warriors watch party, Game 4 in the playoffs. Met everybody. Met D'Lo, KC. I met Michigan. It's it's just a dope. It's a little community, man. And you guys took me in as a Warrior fan, even though I talk all this shit, but it's just dope to be a part of. But at least we got 2 Warrior fans in the chat now. What up, Kyle?
What's good, Joe? How we doing?
What's up, Kyle?
Just vibing.
Look
Talk
at
about,
you.
talk about the best team in the NBA. That's all.
Still looking like
Oh,
D'Lo.
yeah. Hey.
Okay.
That's a nice little dub for the Warriors tonight.
I spent a whole day yesterday driving around liquor stores just trying, because I had seen one place that did carry the Candlestick Chronicle beer, and I couldn't remember where it was at, but I was determined because the plan was all of us to crack one open while you came on. And it just fell through.
We tried. We
tried.
I appreciate the effort. That would have been sick.
Absolutely, man. The great Kyle Madson joins us.
Yeah. Okay.
How's it going, my man?
Good, man. Vibes are up. Glad the Kings pulled away here. That was a little stressful
did
for
they?
a second, but
I'm still in the third quarter, so
my bad, dog. I mean, damn. This is a tight game. No, man. Vibes are up. Got my work done early tonight. Had some butter chicken for dinner. It's fire.
Look at
Hey.
that.
Hey, Kyle,
Butter chicken, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, with some naan? You got the naan too?
Nah, not this time.
Naan? Come on.
No, it's a little Trader Joe's meal. We do the Trader Joe's butter chicken shout out with the samosas.
Oh,
I might have to try that. I love Trader Joe's.
I'm mad at
man.
that.
The best, dog.
I ain't mad at that.
Trader Joe's has
Hey, Kyle,
these
we were,
chili lime burgers. Have you ever had those?
No, that sounds
Those
amazing.
are fire.
Okay, good
Those
to
are
know.
fire.
we were.
Go ahead, David.
No, I say yeah. Sorry, man. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
you,
you're
but
good.
no, Kyle, we were kind of reminiscing on when we first started listening to the show and how you and James came on. Man, when you just since you're on here, when most of the people who are probably listening already listen to your show anyway, but
I hope so.
how did you know you wanted to do this like right out of college? Like is this where you wanted to go, or like were you more like wanted to produce, or like what got you into this?
Oh yeah, no, man. Part of the reason I went to Sac State was because of their radio station. That's what I wanted to do. It became like super apparent during my senior year of high school that like I wasn't going to play baseball beyond high school. And so I kind of started to figure out what else I wanted to do with my life because I hadn't thought about it to that point. And I loved listening to Ken Korak and Bill King on the radio calling A's games, and I was like, that's what I want to do. I can be baseball adjacent if I'm in the media. And so I just kind of started pursuing that. And I started at the radio station to broadcast Sac State baseball games. But I started getting to do a show. Do you guys, I don't know how locked in you guys were to Sacramento media back in the day, but do you remember Nate Goodyear?
Yep.
All right. So Nate and I were in school together, and we ended up, so the way it worked at the Sac State station is you could do 2 hours. So he and I would do our 2 hours back to back. So we would just co-host like a 4-hour show basically. And just getting to do that and spending like just late ass nights at the radio station, chopping it up with the homies and doing what we normally do, but with microphones in front of our face. It was like, oh, this is what I want to do now. So that was the long way to say, yeah, I've wanted to do this basically my whole life.
Nice, man. I mean, like I said, when we first started listening to 1320, D'Lo and Kenny has told the story a bunch of times. I was only a 2-hour show. Now it expanded to, so much, I mean, it's kind of a dumb question, but how just curious, the behind the scenes of how stuff going like with you and Ham, man. Are you guys you guys always think you're going to be in that 2-hour position, or do you guys like ever see yourselves going to 3, or are you guys good where you're at? What kind of stuff?
No, we definitely
like you can tell me either. It's none of my business. But.
No, it's not like it's not a secret. We want to go to 3 hours. There's just things above our heads and things out of our control that determine that. So we'll see. It's something that everybody in the building knows we want to do. It's just if it was up to us, we'd be there already. But yeah.
Well, man,
that's all I got. I don't.
Saying,
I wish I had more for you.
You guys are doing a great job, man. Like
well,
I said, I'm glad you came on so we could tell you that, and just keep doing what you're doing, man. It's fun stuff every day.
It is, and just seeing the growth too, like when you were just doing basically guest spots on D'Lo and Casey, and I think anybody that was there like on a daily basis could literally see. I know behind the scenes you could tell that D'Lo was working on something, that they had every want to have you get your own thing, but obviously there was a lot of things that go into that. But you could see that, like you could literally, if anybody paid attention enough, you're like, all right, it's just a matter of time between him and Ham. Not necessarily anybody knew it was going to be Matson and Ham, right? But it was like we knew there was going to be something in the works. I mean, I think we all even said it a lot of times, like, when are y'all going to get a show? Like joking around, like, just give them a damn show already.
I remember that, man.
Can I point something out?
Yeah.
I've been rocking with Kyle Madson before anybody in the Chatty house has. Let it be known.
Okay, Glaze.
I
Let
know.
it
I
be
listened.
known.
I listened to him on
I will
1140.
glaze
did listen.
Kyle like a Krispy Kreme
Glaze
donut.
down.
I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, glaze down.
We hear you.
Dude, I will
That's
lay the glaze
insane.
down. Don't. Wow, I've been rocking with dude. Kyle's cat puns on 95.7 were legendary.
Come on, man. Come on, man. We're out here.
Kyle's cat puns, dude, had a whole segment of NBA players with just names and just put cat names instead of their
Yeah,
actual
bro.
names. Legendary segment.
Producing radio is great.
Well, I saw this
Legend.
today, Kyle. I had to get it because you
What
and
is
your puns. Oh, no.
Spin it there. You go. That's outstanding. That's really good. See, we love this. We love
The
this.
one between you and Drew all day with the puns, like it's
And Johnny G, shout out
Johnny G
Don't
too,
forget
yes.
Johnny G.
Yeah, Johnny
Johnny
G
G
dropped some
too.
bangers too. for
Johnny
sure.
G is a master punter.
Yeah.
But I gotta ask you because it is the bye week and the Niners are, they're about to get into the season again, and
Mhm.
Christian McCaffrey's back.
Mhm.
He's been practicing, right? So, how are you feeling right now about the team? How are you feeling going forward? I know they didn't really make any moves. I don't think anybody. You guys talked about that. It's They don't really have much to. They can't afford to like just give away draft picks anymore, right? Like it's just at this point you're rolling with major player wise with what you got.
Yeah. I think if like, I just don't think, and Kyle Shanahan basically said this today, there's a risk when you make a trade, right? That a cat has made an appearance. That makes me so happy.
I'm rolling with the bit. I brought my badass cat in the room, and she's been knocking like everything over.
Is that Keegan Purry?
Oh hell yeah, that'd be
Oh,
sick.
Jesus.
What were we saying? What were we talking about?
Christian
What about-
McCaffrey
Sorry.
or the
Yeah, that's-
Niners.
Sorry
They're good.
about
Good player. Yeah. So Kyle Shanahan said today, he was like, it's always a risk when you're going to trade for a player, and we didn't think there was a player who was worth that risk this year, or it just didn't materialize, or whatever he said. And I think that's kind of right. If I don't know if Max Crosby or Myles Garrett had been available, then I think that's a player that they go like give up premium assets for. But Azeez Ojulari from the Giants on a half-year rental, they weren't going to go give up a second or third round pick for that guy. They got Yetur Gross-Matos coming back, who's one of their free agent signings that they think can be impactful on the D-line for them. They obviously have McCaffrey coming back. So that's, I think, how they're going to view their trade deadline acquisitions. They keep their picks. They get these dudes coming back off IR, and they'll try and make a little run. I'm skeptical.
Do you think they can? Because I mean, to me as an outsider looking in, I'm not a Niner fan. I don't watch it all the time, but it seems like when teams do attack the Niners, they attack that secondary. Do you think their safeties are going to be able to hold up throughout the season? Because Hufanga, he's a good player, but he's a good player around the line of scrimmage. He's not going to be covering tight ends like man to man. Like, do you think that they can get better? Do you think they're going to hold up?
Yeah, that's definitely a question mark for sure. It's Jair Brown, who's in his second year, but his first year as a full-time starter. It's Malik Mustafa, who's a rookie. Hufanga may or may not come back this year. That's up in the air. But it's definitely like when you look at issues with their defense, it's up there. I think their cornerbacks are actually really, really good. Between Trevarius Ward and Diamador Lenore and Renardo Green, the second round rookie's having a really nice year. I think they're fine at corner. It's like you said, that safety play it's a lot of missed tackles, a lot of overrun plays, a lot of biting on fakes. It's just a super aggressive duo, and that may or may not come back to bite them at some point. That I think they need to upgrade that spot for sure, or get better, or have those guys get better. But whatever they're doing right now isn't going to work long term.
And I don't know. I could actually, see them making a run. Like it's not unthinkable to see them win 6 games in a row. I mean, that's just me. You're a Niner fan, like it better than me, but I don't think they're a bad team. Like they've lost some close games, but I think they're a team that can make a run if healthy.
Yeah, I think they can for sure. Like I always do the if you came from the future and told me. If you came from the future and were like, yeah, they finished 11-6, so they go 7-2 over their final 9, it's like, okay, like I'll buy it. I like sure. But I have what I know of this team from 8 games this year, and what we've seen through 8 games. Now, Christian McCaffrey will help. Gross Matos being back, all that stuff will help. But based on what we know, it's like it's really, really hard to see them winning. What do they got to get? Like 6 of their last 10. Like, okay, that's on the table for sure. But a lot more than that, that's kind of dicey. They got a tough schedule.
Well, we had talked. I remember I called them at one point in the beginning, and I made a comment to you that was like my feeling from the gut feeling from the beginning of the season with this team was some point, man, luck is a big thing, whether bad or good. Mm-hmm. And it seemed like from the get-go, it was already on a bad trajectory of this guy, and that's
not the call I remember.
That's the call I remember.
You called in talking about good D.
That was not. First of all,
overtime.
That's not me.
Kyle's face when Matty called in, he knew exactly what was going to happen.
No,
I was like, God damn it.
No, we all remember. You talked about the D.
You can't prove that was me.
And how much you like seeing their D and what the D could be later on.
Yeah. I was just listening. I was a fan. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
That's it.
We can tell by your hoodie.
Manny Graham over here, dude.
But the faces were priceless. Like I was waiting online, and I'm like, I got it. I know what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be epic. And the only person that's gonna get it from get-go, because I know how good he is at picking up stuff, is as soon as he hears the voice and the name, he's gonna know.
It was over.
He's gonna know.
The funniest thing was my 2 co-hosts, God love them, Mark Grandy and Sterling Bennett. Salute. They were like, I think you might have been doing that on purpose. I'm like, you think? You think that? You think so? What gave you that idea?
The sophomore class of Chatty House is ridiculous.
It's insane. It's crazy. Sorry, I said a bad word. Sorry.
No, that's the beauty here is you don't have to worry about the radio.
I'm worried about it.
Worry about the radio. But the other thing is like just what's funny is I went looking. Like, let me look at Kyle Matson, because obviously I didn't grow up in the Bay, and just looking at some of the stuff that you've done. And even now, like I was putting in the little graphic when Katrina came up with the original graphic with the neon sign, which is phenomenal. She does phenomenal work.
Shout out.
But for like,
those look sick.
Shout out. Yes. But on X, I started adding, I'm like, bro, I don't even know if I have enough spots to add everything that Kyle does. Like this dude ridiculously does so much work everywhere. How's that balance? Like, how do you not in description how do you do it, but like you have a family, like you have a wife, you have a lot of things, and you travel. Like it's not like you live in Sacramento, so like all that, like how's that wear and tear on you? Like how you feeling?
I do a pretty good job of finding balance. Where like I know I've started, like I write a couple things the night before. So if absolutely everything goes wrong in a day, like I can skip writing that day, or I can skip a workout that day, or I got to push the podcast or whatever. There's these different ways that I can cut corners when I need to. But the reality is, like, I talk about and write about sports for a living. It's not like a strenuous activity. It requires time management for sure. But like when I'm stressed out and it's like, oh my God, this is terrible. It's like, hey, but honestly, like, is it? It's not that bad, even at its worst. So it's just about managing time. And my wife is very understanding of the work I put in and the travel and Friday night, hey, there's a Kings game, I'm going to the game. Whatever it is, she's super understanding with all that, which helps, because it's not a burden to have to balance. Like, it's just, I know she's going to be in my corner, so that helps as well.
I mean, that's part of having a good, I mean, in reality,
and
like,
lead.
That's good. But I think, I mean, I always say that, man, we're only as good as the person.
I'm over here drinking my dinner.
There's nothing wrong with the liquid diet. There's nothing wrong with that. at all. But I mean, that's part of having someone that loves you and understands what you do and fully supports it. Like, because it's that balance. Like, it's not only your balance in your work life, but it's your balance in your personal life too, and how that all comes full circle. So
and not that it's any of our business, but is your wife in a field? You know, her profession. Like, is she in like somewhere that could kind of balance that? Like, does she have? You know, she like 9 to 5 to where like she's always going to be home when you're home. Like, does that make it easier? Or is she in something that makes it more difficult?
No, yeah, that's also a good point. Yeah. She's hybrid, so she's home a couple days a week usually. She's been pretty busy lately and in the office more often, but yeah, I'm out the door a little bit before her. I'm home. Typically I'm home before her, unless she's working from home, obviously. So that definitely helps where the schedules line up. And like I said, I can plan my day knowing like, all right, at about 7:00, we're going to eat dinner. We're going to sit down. We're going to watch a show. We're going to watch a movie. We're going to, whatever kind of time we have. So it's really easy to make time for that kind of personal part of my life. Even if it's only half an hour to eat dinner, but getting to sit down and take that break and spend that time is helpful.
So what are you watching right now?
What am I watching right now?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. The Kings game's over.
Well,
I'm watching you guys.
I'm saying, like, what are you watching? What you like? Is there any shows that you're? Jesus Christ, Kyle.
Yeah. What am I watching right now? Only Murders in the Building, obviously.
It's a phenomenal show.
That just ended. It's so fun. I really love it. I want to spend all the time with those characters.
Yes.
Shrinking on Apple TV. If you need it's very, very good. It's by the guy who created Scrubs and Ted Lasso. So it's got kind of that vibe where it's a really funny show, but it's going to make you cry. Love it. It's really good. Harrison Ford, Jason Segel. Really good show. We just started the show called Bodkin, which is about it's Will Forte, and he's a podcaster, and he goes to Ireland to make a podcast about these people who went missing like 20 years ago in this super small town. And we're only in one episode in, but it seems like everybody in the small town is like involved in the disappearance of these kids and doesn't want to work with the podcaster. So it's a whole like murder mystery thing.
Okay.
That's what I'm
like
on right
20 names, just like me.
You said what?
My cat has like 20 names, just like me.
Oh.
Right now she's Fifi.
Hell yeah.
Just a very confused cat. Okay.
Absolutely.
Very confused cat.
Did Ramsey name your cat? He has 20 favorite teams. So does he have 20 favorite names for your cat?
No.
There you go. Cat's walking around with a mask on, just like, what's up, man?
That's cold, man. At least it ain't walking around like Casey the cat.
No, well, that cat ain't walking around anymore.
R.I.P. Pour one out for
Stefan.
Yeah, pouring out for Casey the cat, bro.
I guarantee you, if you dug up that cat right now, there'd still be something sticking out of the ground. But that's beside the point.
They actually didn't even put up a gravestone. They just painted it gray.
6 inches deep, I guess.
That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. Oh my god. So that's Kings. What's your thoughts? We were talking about how the first half.
Find out tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, hey, got him.
No,
Reverse
what's
Uno
up?
card. Kyle pulled the reverse Uno card on there. Damn.
Pay for your Patreon. Pay for the Patreon, people.
You're not giving out that content for free.
He's gonna show up tomorrow to work like
on the Insiders tomorrow at 10.
You want to run back that Chatty House after party? Let's go.
He Manny.
And Manny, the Kings won. Did your TV catch up yet?
Literally, Kyle could just go in at 12 because he's like, Cam, I already talked about it. Do what you got to do, man.
Yeah, dude. Give your thoughts. Play some audio from last night. No, what did you ask? Sorry, I interrupted.
Basically, like, so especially after today, like, what are you thinking of the team right now? Like, for us, we were talking about it's frustrating to see them play down to some of these teams because it's very reminiscent of last year. Like, you got guys out of a lineup. You should be with what you have, you should be able to kind of not cruise, but play better than that. But it seems like they play to the level of the team that they're playing.
Yeah, I'm not. It might be that. I think tonight the slow start definitely had something to do with that. The first home game after a road trip is always tough. I think that's kind of why they started a little slow. But you saw them pull away there at the end. The Kings' biggest problem to me, and it was a problem tonight, and part of the reason it took them so long to pull away, was they still have a really hard time getting stops consistently. And I think teams get way too many easy buckets against them. Like, that's just the thing that jumps out to me constantly with them. And they're awesome offensively. And I think they're even going to get better on that side. But I think long-term, like this particular team, like this exact roster, just so desperately needs the player we always talk about, right? The 6'8", 6'7", 6'8", athletic wing defender would just do wonders for them, and they just don't have it right now. And I think that's ultimately why they're gonna, run into issues come postseason. But like tonight, they pulled away from a bad team at the end. That's kind of all I needed to see to still feel okay about them.
Okay.
I think.
I mean, I hope you're right.
Here's the other thing. This is something else I noticed tonight, and you can probably hear my cat. He's being loud as. Hey. Anyway,
he's at the after party. He can do what he wants at the party. It's a party.
Ridiculous. He's bringing me a present. He drags his little sticks around. Come here. Come here. Yeah. So Keegan was like cooking in the first quarter. And there was a stretch where it might have been the second quarter actually, but there was a stretch where they had 3 consecutive possessions where he didn't touch the ball. And then another, they had one where all four other players touched the basketball and Keegan just stood in the corner. And he was the only player hitting shots for them. He went 3 possessions without touching it. Pause. Finally pulls down a rebound, gets rid of the ball, and doesn't touch it again. And I think it was the next 3 possessions, he did not touch the basketball. And then they get it to him, and he immediately goes and scores. I think they need to let Keegan cook more often. Mm-hmm. It's not like Keegan needs to shoot it more. No, it's not that. It's like literally, hey, he's hitting everything he's putting on the rim right now. Get him the ball. He's being aggressive. He's getting downhill. The Raptors didn't have somebody who was going to stay in front of him. He's really often going to see a team's probably like 3rd or 4th best defender. If they can't slide their feet and stay in front of him, they got to get him the basketball, man. Like I know Domas and De'Aaron and everybody are going to do their stuff, but I think in some spots you got to let Keegan go.
Does some of that fall on Fox though? Because I know from the Warriors, like Curry, like with Clay, right? When Clay is cooking, Curry's looking for him, right? Curry knows he's going to feed him the ball. So does some of that fall on Fox to make sure Keegan gets the ball?
Yeah, if everything ran through Fox, I think, but it's like it's Monk, it's Fox, it's Sabonis, it's just kind of like everybody. So it's just a thing I'd like to see more from them. It's not going to be an every night thing, obviously, just because they have so many other good, talented offensive players. But just let Keegan cook when he's rolling.
Yeah, because he's not ultra aggressive either. So as far as like demanding the ball, that's not his personality. So like they have to recognize that, like you said, when he's out like that, it's like you keep feeding him.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping they get a little bit more help in the front court, though, because Domas can't be the only big doing something. I mean, what's really slowing him down right now, too, is Trey Lyles is giving him nothing. So it's pretty much just Domas and Keegan. Brutal. Len's not a scorer. So, I mean, to your point, Kyle, I think they are. I mean, it's early in the season, but I think they are going to start to, once you start to get the wear and tear of the season, I mean, those guys are, they can't be the only ones giving you anything on the inside.
Yeah, man, that's like it was their biggest roster flaw last year, and I think ultimately, whenever the season comes to an end for them, I think that's going to be the number one thing we point to again this year. It's they need that size and that athleticism, and they just don't have it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Size and girth. Gotta have it, man.
My math ain't mathin', but 16, 8, 24 bench points.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's
what was Malik doing tonight, by the way?
I made the same point earlier.
Like, just the drives and like the one where he was like gonna elevate and dunk and then just like shot put it at the that was
I think he saw Ja the other night and he's like, I can do that. I can do that.
He's like, oh, bet. That's me. Yeah,
that's what it seemed like.
Pizza. Yeah.
Like, okay, how do I get on Sports Center? Okay, let me see. Like,
I think I made the same comment, Kyle. I said sometimes, man, in some of these games, look, we all love Malik. He's super valuable, but sometimes he giveth and sometimes he taketh away. It's like he does some wild stuff sometimes.
Yeah, and you just gotta like live with it. Because
yeah, you do.
That's gonna be and he's gonna come back and hit a couple of big shots to help you pull away like you did in that one.
Oh, he's fine. It's just some head scratcher sometimes. Like,
definitely. You'd like to see him cut down on that for sure.
Yeah. What do you think about?
I'm blind to that. I'm like, because Malik can do no wrong in my eyes.
That's fair.
I didn't see that.
I love Malik, but
even with the pizza.
Even with the,
she's not a fan of the Malik pizza.
How about Herder though, Katrina?
Oh, number 9.
He didn't hit on your prize pick, so you're out on Herder now. So. Right?
Oh, that's
these guys are disgusting, dude. Manny's hating on guys because they're not hitting his prize pick points. These people are what's wrong with sports, dude. They're not even rooting for the team. They're rooting for guys to hit their prize pick marks. It's disgusting, honestly.
As somebody who was fucking eyebrows deep in Thunder and Nuggets because I had Chet Holmgren more than 17.5 points, I have no room. I have no room to talk.
Eyebrows deep is wild.
I watched every second. I watched every second of the end of that game. Like, get it to Chet.
Give it to him now.
You guys are just
give it to the guy, dude. Chet Holmgren looks like the protagonist in a Tim Burton claymation.
Absolutely. That is spot on.
Just out there, just hunched over.
I'm not the only one.
Yes, me and David are on the island out here. Last true fans just watching the game, supporting athletes.
Hey man, don't lump me in with these people. I don't gamble.
Dude,
so.
You're in black and white like you're living in the 20s, so it doesn't really like okay. You're betting on George Mikan while the rest of us are.
I'm honoring Michigan Wolverines, dude.
There you go.
You look like the filter that they put on when they're in Russia in a movie.
What's his name?
You are literally Casablanca. You are Casablanca.
But then he brought out a plate of chicken wings, and they were like in color. I was like, what?
It's Pleasantville. It's Pleasantville.
Kyle's right. He looked like Drew should have a tracksuit on right now, kneeling by a van with a cigarette.
Absolutely.
It's these gray walls back here, dude. These gray walls throwing me off. They're making me kind of dramatic.
Walls again. Why?
Huh?
You're blaming the walls again.
It's because they're gray and it throws off the color.
I don't know, man.
Hey, the Warriors beat the Celtics. Say whatever the hell you want. I'm good. Me and Kyle are so good.
So what do you think about them, Kyle? I mean, that is I know you talk a lot about the Kings, and obviously that's part of the
Kyle's
show.
Kyle's a Warriors fan. Kyle is a Warriors fan.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I'm in a place professionally though where it benefits me a lot when the Kings win. So
here you go. What do you think?
Podcast, maybe we're on the radio. Podcast, maybe.
What were you thinking of going into the season, and how are you feeling now?
Going into the season, I was definitely concerned that the collection of players the Warriors had was going to be like the inability to find a consistent rotation. I was worried it was going to be born out of, hey, none of these guys are really that good. Do they have 7 legit like NBA contributors on the roster who can fill the roles that they're going to need them to fill? And it turns out the bigger issue is they have to play 12 guys because they don't know who exactly to sit yet because everybody's playing really well. So tonight showed me a lot. Even if they had lost, I thought the way they played, especially defensively, was pretty remarkable. No Jaylen Brown for the Celtics, which obviously matters, but the way they played defensively is super impressive to me, and something that kind of blew me away this year. So I think they're good. Like I think they're good. I don't think they're going to go win 65 games or anything crazy like that, but that they played as well as they did in Boston, and then to come back in the fourth quarter and win it the way they did, that was shocking to me. And I was very pleasantly surprised.
We were up 4, and somebody on the Warriors hit a 3 to put us up 7 with like 40 seconds left. Do you remember who that was?
I think I can't. It's a guy who's like almost out of the league, so I'm trying to remember his name.
You're spot on.
Jonathan Mingo?
No, it's Buddy Hield.
Oh, that's right. It was Buddy Hield.
I thought he was going to dribble it off his foot, but he made the shot.
No, he's the worst player that's ever put on a uniform, apparently.
Have fun with him.
Have fun.
Oh, we're having a ball.
We're having a great time.
For now.
We're having a gay old time. Shout out the Flintstones, dude.
Okay, Druvano.
You keep changing my name. I was Drew Glaze a second ago. Now I'm Drew
That's
Bono.
insane.
Drew Bono is actually funny. I can't be mad at that. That's actually very clever. The name Drew actually fits into so many things that rhyme with it, so it's very versatile, actually.
Sure, Drew fits into a lot of things.
Well, my wife can hear you, dude. Relax, Manny. She's sitting right here, dude. Calm down, Manny.
So I know, Kyle, I know you have an absolute love of music. Like I've listened to you kind of like. Are you done? All right.
I hate it here. Shout out Johnny G. I hate it here. I hate it here.
I want to hear about your obsession of K-pop. Because you have a very, it's like, where did that come from?
No, let's talk about it. So my wife got into K-pop, well before I did, and it was just one of these things that she liked, and I was like, okay, that's your thing. And I didn't pay much attention to it. Not that I had anything against it. I just it was not a thing I was interested in getting into. Stray Kids, the group she really likes, came out with an album a couple months after I'd gotten laid off. And I drove her to work the day that album came out. Because we were running to Target and she was going to buy some albums and stuff. And we listened to it on the way to Target. And I just really, really enjoyed it. Like I genuinely was like, man, I don't understand 90% of what they're saying, obviously, but the music is just really good. And I enjoyed listening to it. So again, I was laid off. I had all the time in the world. So I spent a lot of time just kind of diving into that and listening and catching up on, because K-pop idols they're called idols. But K-pop stars are just so accessible from a YouTube standpoint. They're constantly Instagram, YouTube, just on social media, kind of being just themselves. Like they just there's videos of K-pop people just sitting around eating dinner, and they're funny and they're good people. So just kind of started catching up on that and was like, oh, this is kind of a fun thing. So it went from a thing that my wife likes to a thing that we get to now enjoy together.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's dope.
That's really cool.
Stray Kids got an album coming out in a week, November 13th.
They heard it here first. Or second.
I don't know who they are, but
you'll never get this at 1320. Drake, there you go. You're also a fan of hip hop, right? Like I've kind of heard that.
Yeah. So I like hip hop. I am not as deep into it as D-Lo and KC are. I just like the genre.
But more than Ham. Are you more than Ham? I'm assuming.
Oh my God, yes, yes.
He's really into YG. I heard he really likes YG.
Yeah, he was not. I was like, hey, can you listen to the Schoolboy Q album for me? And he was like, yeah, definitely. And then he was like, the first song was okay. Hated the second song. Turned it off. All right.
I remember
Well,
that.
what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Let me
Ham's
try.
like, there's not enough hoes in this third song. I need more hoes.
Yeah. So I grew up loving. I listened to a lot of country music, like Garth Brooks, growing up.
Hey, same.
Yeah. Shout out. I still love me some like Waylon Jennings, Merle Haggard. I'm not above throwing on a Dolly Parton. I'm not above throwing on an old country record. But I kind of got out of that and more into hip hop when I was like in 8th grade. Trap Music by T.I. was the first album I ever owned. And then I think I got the Eminem Show for Christmas of 2001. And that was just kind of it. Like that was to me as a 12-year-old or 11-year-old or however, whatever age I was just like, oh my God, this is the most amazing thing I've ever heard in my life. And I just kind of started listening to hip hop.
How's the color now, haters?
Yeah. No.
Wow. That's tough.
Gray walls.
Given a timeout.
Man,
this
you
is
was
like
the gray walls, buddy.
I love YG. What are you talking about? Out of here.
It's like the Ask Kyle in thing right now. So inquiring minds got to know. Mostly like for myself, guys like Russ in the chat, Bryce in there.
Sure.
Where did your love of all things Disney come from? Is that from your wife? Where did you like it when you were a little kid?
God,
did
no.
You, like, where does that come from? Because I'm a huge movie fan too.
Yeah. Yeah. Ask Kyle anything. No, that's been so my mom is a big Disney person. My cousins who I'm very close with, they're like my second cousins once removed or something, but we're all very close. They worked at Disneyland when I was growing up. And my mom counted one time. I'd been to Disneyland by the time I was 3. I'd been to Disneyland like 16 times. So I just kind of grew up doing that. Whether it was, going to Disneyland. I went to Disney World in October of '99 for the first time. So yeah, it's just been grew up watching all the movies. It's just baked into kind of who I am. So I always said that the person that I wind up marrying needed to be a Disney person because like it's just what it is. And I found one. So
nice. Cool. Yeah, no, it's gonna same with me and my wife. Like I said, we're going tomorrow, so we're gonna be taking a trip down there before my son starts basketball. So I'll check in from time to time during.
Yeah, please do.
Kyle, I told him he needs to stop at Portillo's. You haven't.
Facts.
Come on, man.
Have you not been to Portillo's?
I have not.
Bro, make a play.
Okay, I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, dude. Get yourself an Italian beef.
Did
go to work.
Make sure.
But don't get they're gonna ask you if you want the like large one. Don't do that.
Whoa.
No large.
Whoa. No, don't.
Jesus.
It is a what's the
I
word?
like it large.
It is a like you have to spiritually get yourself ready to consume that much food. It's a lot.
A lot of meat, huh?
So much meat.
It is. It's a lot of meat.
Like what was that thing you got from Taco Bell? The beef burrito? What was that earlier?
That was Ham.
James. That was James. What was that?
Oh yeah. What did he?
I keep forgetting.
Bell Beefer.
El Beefer.
El Beefer.
Beef beefer.
Spanish lessons here at the after party. The day after the election, we're going to teach you Spanish before everybody disappears. So,
well, Kyle, did you get married at the Disney Resort at Alani?
No.
My brother's wife is like a straight Disney freak.
Mm-hmm.
She got married at the Disney Resort at Alani in Oahu. Yeah, that's sick. That was an experience.
Yeah, no, we don't got it like that at all.
The bell beefer, excuse me.
That's
There you go.
insane.
Like we're supposed to remember that.
Take the bell beefer combo, please. That's wild.
Dude, they had
Bell
focus
beefer.
groups about that. They had whole meetings where they went, hey, what are we gonna call the Taco Bell hamburger?
How about the bell beefer?
The bell beef.
They had entries and submissions, and they tested them on focus groups, and Bell Beefer won. That's
I'll take the
nuts.
bell beefer. Supersize me. That's why.
Funny enough, man,
Yeah,
I remember that when they used to have hamburgers at Taco Bell.
Kyle, when
That's
you were
ins-
late
that's nutty.
for pocket watching, I was like, "Oh, Kyle's grabbing a bell beefer."
Kyle got the win.
That's what I was, dude. That was big time for me. Yeah, I read it. I was in the midst of a Taco Bell run in the
It
80s.
started without you. We're like, oh, I guess did Kyle get?
Yeah,
his
I was
team-
sitting right there. Nobody even offered.
Did this team fold like into the XFL? Like they just
Yeah, I'm
folded
sit-
after 3 weeks or something? Like what happened?
I'm sitting there writing, and I hear the song go, and I'm waiting for them to be like, "All right, Kyle, come in here." And then I just hear I hear Damien start rolling through all the numbers, and I was like,
He's
hey,
waiting for the coach to like signal him for the bullpen. Like, all right,
yeah, like,
No,
come
we're
get
on a
me.
bell beefer run. Hold on, wait, pause everything.
Yeah.
Bell beefers for everyone.
It's Bell Beef season. Yeah. Shoot. Anyway, I got that dub. I was very proud of myself. And I had originally written, if you watch the video, I had written 11.8. And then at the last second was like, nah, that's too low. And turned my 1 into a 4.
Got the win.
Got the dub.
He's in the game now.
I think I speak for everybody when we say anybody but Kenny when it comes to the PWL.
Yeah.
Jesus criminy, dude.
Anybody, he's a known cheater, and he has the nerve to complain that they gave some. Yeah, Kenny's a wild boy.
That's crazy.
Everybody's in the game now, so
I know. I'm fired up. I was really fired up. That made me like, that was one of those things that happened where I was more excited than I should have been. Like I was actually happy.
Celebrate the small wins, baby. That's what life's about.
no, you went from serious to joyous pretty fast.
Yeah, man, I was dialed, and then I got the.
I went from like, yeah, I'm just here. I'm not really playing. Yeah, I'm here, baby. I'm here.
Now I'm on Spotrac researching.
Okay, I have a dark Disneyland question.
Oh,
Oh.
Well, it's past
Okay.
10 o'clock. You're good.
cocaine.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
What?
Go on.
Excuse me.
What?
So if you had to be stuck on a ride all day at Disneyland, what would it be?
Great question. Are the ride mechanics working still, or is
Yeah.
it like they shut down the ride and lights are
You're
on?
not like stuck hanging. You got to
Okay.
ride that ride. Jesus.
It's moving all day.
Yes, all day.
So we want something slow and something that's not gonna be super annoying. So I'm out on like Small World out, Haunted Mansion out. You might, and I love Haunted Mansion, but that song for 24 hours would be insane. Indiana Jones comes to mind because there's not like a song with that, but that's like all like, and I don't want to be
That's a
doing
rough
that all
ride.
day. Yeah, Space Mountain will make me sick after a while. Same thing with Big Thunder. We're moving that. Rise of the Resistance is kind of interesting.
About the teacups.
No chance.
God.
No chance, dog. I can barely do that once. Matterhorn's out. That's a back problem waiting to happen. I'd get claustrophobic on the Nemo submarine. I think any of the dark rides might work, like Alice in Wonderland, Snow White. But I keep coming back to Rise of the Resistance, a really good one.
That is a good one.
Yeah, that might be a good one.
Yeah, I keep coming back to like maybe Autopia.
The
Like I'm
what?
just gonna drive Autopia. I'm just gonna drive around all day. Like that's fine. You're breathing in gaseous fumes. You'll be
go-kart?
high by lunch.
I
Man,
haven't been to Disneyland. in
One
so
thing that I
long.
couldn't do is that the damn Ferris wheel that has the moving cages. That's the most
Oh,
terrifying ass ride at Disneyland.
We're doing DCA too.
Is that like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
zipper?
Oh shoot.
DCA, you
Okay.
got-
All right. Hang on.
You
Now
Disney
we're
guys in your
Uh-oh.
swag,
Uh-oh.
dude.
reverse it.
We're at the
Reverse it.
DCA, bro. Disney California Adventure.
Well, it's a
Like it's a
separate
gauge
thing.
or
It's a whole
It
other
is.
park.
It is totally separate.
Oh, we got a David
No,
Freeze.
what?
Dave- oh,
Nice here.
No.
David Ham.
Let's see. What was? How did we get to DCA? Oh yeah, the swings. I'm off of those for sure, or the Ferris wheel. The Monsters Inc. ride might play if you're looking to potentially nap, because that's what you kind of have to do, right? You'd have to sleep part of the day off. Maybe the Monsters Inc. ride.
I like
think
the
plays
Cars
well.
one too. The Cars. Which one was
Oh,
that
Cars
called?
would be nice. Cars would
Yeah.
be kind of nice. Yeah, Pirates might play as well because that's not all the song. So you could do Pirates too, because you could get a good little snooze on Pirates.
Mhm.
Mm.
We're putting some deep thought into this.
Yeah.
So if you're 80 years
Sorry,
old,
I didn't mean to
Pirates.
take this
Okay.
as far as this went.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
just a
now
really good question.
I really need to go to Disneyland because I haven't been on any of these rides. It's been so long since I've been there.
Oh yeah, you got to make a play.
So,
You gotta.
so if you're Michigan
You're-
Wolverines and you
you're
need to
good.
sleep, it's the Pirates, right? Because you're just gonna take a nap the whole time.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, definitely. That's an old person
The
ride.
best
for
thing to
sure.
do, like Kyle said, was just sit down and take it all in, right, Kyle?
Yep, just sit down and just.
Nope. Nope.
Take whatever you can get,
was
huh?
wild.
All right,
That was a
that's
while.
fine. Take it all in.
Captain EO was sick.
Okay, and now I'm gonna go
That
for
was
two.
dope.
I'm gonna be Ben on this one and bring it back to music
Great.
because some of us have seen the videos, so we know you have your karaoke songs, right?
Mm-hmm.
This Dance and Blow the Whistle.
No, this dance is definitely out.
Oh,
There's just too many words in that song that I can't say out loud, in front of people. Is talking about. Oh no, that's Feeling Myself. No
R. Kelly songs.
No.
Bumping Grind, you know?
I'm trying to think. There's like a go-to karaoke song for me. Forgot About Dre for sure. Is on there. Blow the Whistle is on there. Is no Mac Dre. As much as I love Mac Dre, you turn that on and I'll dance for sure. Anything from Hamilton, I got
Journey,
you.
maybe?
No, like I could do Journey, but I don't. That feels stereotypical.
That's the
to
token
me.
white guy karaoke song.
do it.
Yeah,
Don't do
that's
it.
why I'm out.
No F the Police.
No, not the maybe not this time though.
Ain't no fun.
No. That's the thing. Is like a lot of those songs I like know, but I don't know the words to. Like super well, and so I avoided it karaoke. I want to perform. I don't want to like look at the screen.
John Paul's cooking in the chat right there.
Is he? Hell yeah!
Let Me
Let Me Love You by Mario is great.
Mario?
New Oakland by Mr. Fab is an outstanding song. If I needed to do a song word for word, I could do
Smells
that
Like
one for
Teen
sure.
Spirit.
Okay, so are you in on Chatty House karaoke?
Smells
Yeah.
Like Teen Spirit is a Kenny
I'm pulling
Caraway
up.
original, dude. Nobody can perform like
pulling
Kenny
up.
did.
Hell yeah!
So who are your top 3 Bay Area hip hop artists?
Oh God. E40's got to be up there. He's a legend. Too Short's got to be up there, and then one of my favorites is Mr. Fab. Mr. Fab makes such dope music. And he's just a great dude, great person. So that's my personal
Can't be mad
3.
at that. I got my three
okay.
my 3 favorites. I got Mac Dre, Nicotina,
Great,
and E40.
Yeah, Andre
Those are
Nicotina is so sick.
Those are my. I
4AM
love
Bridge Music's one of our.
Nicotina. And Nicotina, Mac Dre, and E40 are my three personal
I
favorites.
don't even know what Nicotina is. So
Are you serious?
I didn't
Oh
grow
my
up in
God.
that.
Go turn on. Go
Log
turn
on
on.
back to Chicago, bro.
Go turn on 4AM Bay Bridge Music. Right
Go
now.
back to Chicago,
Okay.
dude.
I will. Well, after yesterday, I might be going back to a lot of places and
Yeah, that's
not in
true.
the United States.
You
So,
can only hope.
Don't do that.
Well,
Damn
Just
shame
saying.
what happened to Manny.
damn
You really
shame
don't
what
know.
happened
You
to
really
Manny.
don't know Nicotina, Manny?
Selling burritos on the side of Mexico 2 weeks from now.
Dude,
Like,
Nicotina and
Jesus Christ.
Equipto.
I've heard the name. I think I've heard a couple songs, but I'm just saying, like, that's the one thing you have to understand. Like, when you're from somewhere else, like, there's certain things, like, even E40, like, I grew up listening to E40 only because I grew up in a very
I get it. That's
hip
true.
hop culture.
Nicotina
And-
is like Nicotina's underground. Like, yeah. So no,
It's not
I
even
get it.
no, it's not even about the underground. It's like it's a different language too. Like there's, you know what I'm saying? Like you go for Chicago, it's Do or Die and Crucial Conflict, and that's the hardcore Chicago sound where some people are like, oh, I don't want to hear that, but that's hood Chicago music. That's how they talk. So, you know,
Hey, glamorous lifestyle.
Right?
Jack, is this a remix? The Jacka? I'll drink to that.
Right? What is it?
This a remix?
let's turn that before D-Lo yells at me.
I see you.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't think about
Let's-
that.
This ain't
What
Friday.
not-
This ain't demonetized Friday. Come on.
bro.
Let them
No.
know that we're vibing.
Damien's gonna get hit with a fine.
I don't need a call at 4 a.m. when he's up working out and him, bro. What the F? That's good. That's good, Manny. That's good. That's good, Manny. That's
No,
good.
No, it's
Great,
good.
no,
No, it's good. It's
Get
good.
your stuff off, Patty. No, this is
Get your
great.
stuff off.
Put your stuff
I
out.
work
It's
with
great.
I work with a bunch of children.
I
Bunch
think
of
those
children run my
super chats-
podcast
didn't you
on
get
my
some
channel.
super chats last
Good.
week? The super chats that went into Bolivian will cover that.
No, this is great. No, it's great. No,
Great. Just take advantage of my StreamYard. That's good.
no, this is great.
That's
I
good.
love it. No, go ahead. No, go get your songs off. Go ahead, Kyle. Get your songs off.
There you go.
Last show
There
we
you
ever
go.
did.
Last show.
Can we say that like 3 weeks ago?
Yeah. I for sure, when I referenced something about Mary, I for sure thought that was it. It was a
That was
wrap.
like
Like
week
jackasses.
That was like
Yeah,
week
yeah.
2.
Charlie,
Yeah.
Manny's a jackass.
I think that's already well known throughout, so that's not anything new to anybody at Odyssey. I'm pretty sure,
Yeah.
or in my life, to be honest. So that's pretty spot on.
No, this is good. This is good. It's
No, it's
great.
good.
Are you guys done? Are you done?
No, y'all go
I'll
ahead
come
and
back. I'll come back.
finish.
Between you and Matt George, man, that was
Now
great.
Kyle had the outfit, but Matt George was.
Yeah, he committed to the bit fully.
He committed to the
I'm
bit.
making a green juice from some grass in my front yard.
So funny.
I don't
So
know,
good.
man.
That's
Kyle
good.
showed Achilles. Kyle showed
That's
Achilles. That's
Right?
the winner.
If I could have fused the two together,
Yeah, Kyle's
Yeah, we
would've-
outfit,
we
would've
Kyle's
created-
outfit was top tier.
we
Though.
would've
That
created
jacket
white
was
women.
like,
yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
Tasha
Tasha pulled
great.
up with some socks. So Tasha saw
Yeah.
it
Hell
in
yeah.
person. I was
Yeah.
about to be like, you need some green juice?
Yes. Need to go get what's the juice bar called? Juiced? Is that right?
Juice is one of them. Yeah.
Pretty sure it's called the farm.
Pressed? Pressed.
Pressed. That's it.
Pressed. That's it. Hell yeah.
So before we go, because it's getting late, before we go, the most important thing that everybody's ever wanted to know on the Chatty House is why is John Bull's face so punchable? Why?
Do you guys know where that started? Do you guys
I
remember where
don't.
that started?
I just
feel
know I
like
went along
that
with it
was
because
when
I
I was-
agreed.
So no, when I was on, so John Bull has been the homie since I was at the other station, right? And we just kind of stayed in touch online and stuff. And he actually shot my engagement photos, him and his wife. So John's the homie. And one day when I was doing my hit with D-Lo and KC, somehow it got brought up that I was like the Draymond of the station, or somebody said like I need to get you a friend like Draymond or something like that.
You're a
And I just
successful
went,
black man in America? That's weird.
no,
You're not a
I just it was after Draymond punched Jordan Poole, and so I just said like, oh, I guess that means I need to punch John Bull in the face. And that's just where it started.
That's where the legend began.
Yeah, and so I just kept rolling with the bit.
That's
Shout out to
brilliant.
John.
I'm trying really hard to bring by the Odyssey station for the Sox, and I was going to bring by a giant picture of John Bull where you could throw the Sox at
Oh my
and
God,
the Sox would fall into the bin.
That'd be so
That's
fun.
why I went.
John Bull's face wasn't on the wall.
It's just
God damn
I
it!
might have to bring that Monday. Maybe Monday.
Let everybody down.
Oh hell yeah!
No.
I will bring it to the live show, and we can throw cans off of it.
There we go.
Are we drinking
There we
coffee?
Espresso
We'll
martini.
see. Nah, I got to be a professional. Once that show,
After it's over.
12:01 p.m. Find me.
I'll slip you one or two during the show.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That's what Diddy said too, and that turned into a hot mess,
Okay, see,
Katrina Combs.
we're having a
Katrina
great
Combs.
conversation.
That.
all right.
God
Katrina
damn it.
Combs in the building. Hey, cover your drink, Kyle.
Hey Kyle, take that. All right, let's go.
On that note,
All right, guys.
Oh.
Kyle, you've
right.
been a great addition, man. We appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate y'all,
no,
man.
we
Coming
love
on,
you.
Kyle.
Yeah,
You're
man,
phenomenal in everything that you do. So
I'm like covered in cat hair.
big fans, man. Big fans.
Yeah, I love y'all too. Appreciate you.
All right, y'all. Everybody, the two people left in the chatty house.
No,
Just
we have
Sabo and Bryce.
quite a few.
It's all good, man. All right, man. Peace out. See y'all next week.
Chatty house. We ballin', boy. We going up at the Chatty house. We talk about it all, bring the family out. Sub to the channel, hit the lights now. And we only going up when the lights down. Yeah, we just getting started. Ain't no party like a Chatty house party. We just getting started. Ain't no party like a Chatty house party.
There we go. I thought I did it.
Hey,
I'll get it one day.
We're still here.